condo sometimes. Yeah, the towers toppled down, we've been bought out again. Yeah, you're gonna take it all, yeah, then take it all from us. You're ripping out your heart if it's priced high enough. But there's no house for that home, just a room for rent. Try to sweep away all the grime and filth. You find there's nothing left. Boardwalk freak shows now with Starbucks, we're bought out again. Yeah, you're gonna take it all, yeah, then take it all from us. It's priced high enough. You're gonna take it all, yeah, then take it all from us. It's priced high enough. Yeah, you're gonna take it all, yeah, then take it all, yeah, then take it all, baby, yeah, then take it all from us.
The world's a germy place. That's why you need...
I'd stitch you up, but you know the caneless. I just can't believe what you say about me. Roll weary with the story to tell. You wear us down, but we're wearing it well. I just can't believe what you say about me. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm off another mind. Seem wrong, but hey, we're doing just fine. Who's telling me to fall out your head? I'd stitch you up, but you say I'm brain dead. I just can't believe what you say about me. Road weary with the story to tell. You wear us down, but we're wearing it well. I've no sympathy or time, no, to do this all again. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm off another mind. It may seem wrong, but hey, we're doing just fine. sweet like plastic and a fucking lie. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm off another mind. It may seem wrong, but hey, we're doing just fine.
The secret clues and tips on Punch-Out, Contra, Gauntlet, Kung Fu, Donkey Kong, Double Dragon, and more. Call now. Just $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Ask Mom or Dad first.
Been taking notes. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I take my time and moving close. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Hear the light can't escape. Still I can panthers. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. But the mantra fails and she knows that I am afraid. And she slinks away. And it's downright maddening. It's downright maddening. In a way you ignore me. Ooh. Been taking notes. Don't be a freak, but I am a freak. I'm wrapped up in your clothes, so you think of me, so you smell like me. I'll get lost in a wilderness maze, a well-lit space, but I'm not ashamed. No, I'm not ashamed. I linger on your tongue when my hair's stuck in your mouth again, in your mouth again. And it's downright maddening. It's downright maddening. In the way you treat me. Yeah, it's downright maddening. Yeah, it's downright maddening. Yeah, the way you treat me.
You need an accurate forecast to keep you and your family safe. Channel 9's Dollar 9000. We are next.
The new news, a startling new report is out on one of America's biggest allies in the Pacific.
The latest on a bizarre case involving the natural death of
A bucket full of AIDS-tainted needles and syringes. All the day's news here tonight at 10 o'clock.
And welcome back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Aquarian Times. Today, with special guest Gaia Rhodes, as announced on the social medias. I hope you're following. And I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It's going to be so much fun. We are live, so feel free to ask questions, post the lols in the chat. We will respond. And
Yeah, ask me questions about anything. I've had a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of coffee. I am a rambling machine.
Oh, no.
Oh! She's at Disneyland checking in. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Howdy.
Lucy. Welcome from Disneyland.
Yeah. My name is Gaia, also known as the Easy Machine.
Check it out on Spotify. The Easy Machine.
I have to stop watching my delayed feed here. It's throwing me off.
I know, it's very confusing. If you could see our world right now, we have so many windows open checking ourselves. The behind the scenes picture is just lights everywhere in this like hot, sweaty, tiny room, but it's great. It's great, you know?
It's like a sauna.
Yes.
It's like a smelly gym.
A
But that's all
sauna.
me. I am a big smelly man.
And I am the hot babe, so there's that.
Yeah, we're fitting into our archetypes well here. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, Gaia. I have known you for, I was actually thinking about that today. I've known you for a really long time now.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2.5
That's
weeks.
14 days.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
pretty good.
a whole lot of math, but I'm sure that's a buttload of seconds.
Yeah, that's. I mean, the actual technical term is a buttload
Yes.
for 2 weeks worth of seconds.
Yes.
So
And it's a big butt.
it's a big butt.
It's a big butt with, you know what? Let's not go there.
It's a big butt. We don't body shame.
No.
We like
No.
big butts. I've got a big butt.
Actually, I remember in the very early days of our friendship, you, Alice, and me have noticed that all of us have one thing in common, amongst other things.
Yeah.
But one of those things was we have really nice bubbly butts.
Yeah, big butts proportionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say about 90% of my weight is in just the left cheek, and the other 10% is in the right cheek.
It's a little bit more evenly distributed. I'll give it, a 70-30.
iPad. Like that's I don't let a lot of people know. You guys are getting the inside scoop. My right cheek,
It's real here. Real stuff.
it's a sandbag.
Oh no, we're like
Has
not
been for
focused.
years.
Oh, we have a comment from Hikikomori.
Mm-mm.
Big butt brigade. I'm one too. Only thing I've ever been complimented on. Hey, there you go.
Oh, you're more than just a big butt, Nick. Come on.
That's true.
We know you're a wicked guitar player. We know you're a wicked drummer. Computer stuff aside, I mean,
Twitch genius. What would we do about you?
But yeah, it's important, I think, especially in this day of age, to have a nice, proportionally large butt.
I thought it's day and age.
Did I say day and age?
You said day of age.
Really?
The day of the age.
Oh.
Which would be a great band/song title.
That's not bad.
Day of the age.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like you want to write a song about me,
Day of the age.
something like that.
Okay.
You write your own songs, right?
You got everything is 100% original. That's you can tell because there's lots of mistakes in the songs, lots of wrong notes. I'm not hiring professionals, people. It's all me.
He's joking. Gaia, so I know you primarily. I got to know you when you started dating my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
We started hanging out a bunch. We realized the three of us just get along super well.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you play the piano like a wizard. You have a piano at home you play all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you perform at Sunland Sunspace,
Mm-hmm.
the original old venue, which is now here. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we do have some Easy Machine songs for you later on. So stay tuned. You started singing. I think you got vocal lessons from your wife.
Mm-hmm.
You have been developing your voice.
Mm-hmm.
You do loops, like keyboardy stuff. I see
Yeah.
you do like super cool things like that. You
Yeah.
have been creating a lo-fi playlist
Mm-hmm.
for our other show that you should totally check out, Sunspace Art Lab, live drawing painting workshop. Super fun. Anyone
Yeah.
can do it. Now with cool live, pre-recorded music from this guy.
Yeah. I mean, I like to have my fingers in all the musical pies. It's one of those things. Like My dad's a musician. My mom she's not a musician, but she's very artistic. Culinary arts is her jam, and she is really good at that. It's it's a long line of creative people, and I've been exposed to music my whole life, so it's like picking one genre and one thing to do in this like vast world of music seems so limiting and silly. So I decided I want to try a little bit of everything, and like I want to try to make a rap song. I want to try the lo-fi stuff, which is so popular now. I love jazz. I'm not the best jazz musician, but I'll try. You know, it's like, why limit yourself?
You want to stick your pinky finger in
Yeah.
the musical jazz pie.
Yeah, why limit yourself? You know, experience. Yeah, exactly. Experience all of life's flavors. You know,
I get music.
that's it exactly. That every musician ever has started everything by licking the pinky.
Licking the pinky.
Industry secret right there.
And I'm gonna say Gaia at this point. He's this kind of musician.
Yeah, it's the way.
High five!
It's the way to go. Especially now, there's so much good music being made. It's outrageous. It's one of the cool things about recording on your computer, getting digital interfaces. Everyone has an opportunity to record, and before you used to have to practice for hours. You can get one consistent take on tape and not mess up. Now anyone can sit in their bedroom and just kind of noodle something out, and I love it. I love it so much.
Some people make really good noodles.
It's amazing.
I gotta be honest, a lot of people don't know how to do the pasta cook it al dente thing. There's a lot of mushy noodles out there. And you know what?
I'm a mushy noodle guy.
Some people love mushy
Yeah,
noodles.
I don't like al dente pasta. It's undercooked.
But you know what? There is people who attempt to cook al dente, and they think what they have to do is undercooked pasta. Because you don't want the crunch in the middle, right? That's gross.
Yeah.
You just want like a little bit of bounce back before your tooth penetrates the center of the noodle.
Toothsome, I think is what that's called.
You heard it here first.
I think that's what that's called, toothsome. But it has a nice toothsome to it. This is one of those funny words that I like. Toothsome.
It makes my dental world happy.
I don't know. Maybe someone out there knows if I'm right or wrong, or if I'm just making up things over here. I think toothsome's an actual word.
Hikikabori says crunchy noodles here. He's a toothsome kind of noodle guy.
Yeah, it's weird. I was super picky about foods as a kid, to a point where doctors actually accused my mom of malnourishing me and not feeding me enough, and it was not my mom's fault. I would not eat anything.
Oh my god! And your mom's food is amazing.
It's amazing. I was born a vegetarian, straight up out of the birth canal. I could not eat meat, and it tasted gross to me. I didn't like it. It always tasted like death. I don't know quite how to describe it. I eat meat now,
which is not wrong.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing. The meat I eat now is not I like a cheeseburger if it's got a bunch of cheese and a really good spread on it, and you can't really taste the burger. You're tasting the cheese and everything else. I like ribs because ribs are smothered in barbecue sauce, and barbecue sauce is delicious. Everyone loves barbecue sauce. But meat, like a really rare piece of steak, it's not my jam. It tastes kind of. Yeah, I know I'm the minority here. I'm the odd one out. I'm the odd duck. When I was a kid, I would actually my mom had to take me away from birthday parties because I would break down crying because I couldn't eat the hot dogs with the other kids. I just wanted so badly to eat a hot dog, but I'd take a bite and be like, "That's the grossest thing I've ever had by far. How are you guys eating this swill?"
I had a similar story. When I was a little kid, I wanted to go to McDonald's so bad. And my mom, she was like, home-cooked organic food. No way, baby Jose. And I begged so long that at one point she was like, all right, we're going to go to McDonald's. You can get a Happy Meal. She gets me a Happy Meal. I was smiling up to here, holding my little Happy Meal, unwrapping my burger, taking a big bite, and just go
oh no.
Disgusting! Just blurting loudly in the restaurant, and my mom secretly was like, strike!
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win right there. This is the old vegetarian secret for McDonald's. They have vegetarian options now, so it's not a big thing. When I was a kid, a Big Mac with no meat. That was the order.
I can see that.
It's stupid good. It's a double-decker grilled cheese is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so tasty. With the spread.
And we get the Big Mac for the sauce.
Exactly.
But let's not have this turn into a McDonald's advertising.
No.
Because we're still here to talk about you,
Yes.
Gaia.
I'm loving it.
What have you been working on lately? I know 2020 was a year for artists. Have you been able to process that creatively in any way?
Yeah. 2020 was a shitstorm, man. I made the unfortunate decision to release the first Easy Machine album smack dab at the beginning of 2020. It came out March, I think, like 6th or 7th, 2020. I had this entire tour planned out, dates booked all up the California coast, and that didn't happen for obvious reasons. So, that kind of sucked. Like all the promotional stuff I had planned to do for that album. Doodah by the Easy Machine.
Doodah by the Easy Machine. Wait, give me that one more time. Let's look at this.
Yeah, this
stupid
is.
ring light.
Check out this.
There we go.
This is the vinyl. This artwork was done
gorgeous.
by the amazing Mavis Figgles, which I met from Sunspace. She is a really talented artist. She works I'm pretty sure it's ballpoint pen.
Oh wow! Here I'm gonna.
And the
zoom in a
detail
little
is
bit.
just spectacular. You probably can't see, but so much so even the sheet music, she has the song titles on there.
Oh wow!
It's quite.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I was so impressed with what she did. And then Doodah is that's what I called music when I was a kid.
Doodah.
So figured for my first album it was an appropriate title.
That's adorable, Gaia. Where can people who are curious about you, where can they get this?
So Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, anywhere you stream music, that's the easiest place to get it. If you want a copy of the record, unfortunately the Easy Machine store is down right now. But if you contact me on Instagram, I will make sure I get one of these to you free of charge because I just want people to hear these.
And we also have an email address they can contact us
Yes.
at, right?
Yes. You can contact me at sunlandsunspace@gmail because I am a Sunspace employee.
.com?
.com at gmail.com. Or you can email Easy Machine directly at easymachinemusic@gmail.com.
There you have it. Okay, so tell us more about this album. This is the album that you released right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah. So this was a collaborative effort with some of the people from Sunspace. It was really fun. That was one of the really nice things about having the physical venue is we had so many talented musicians coming in all the time. So and I'm a little bit antisocial. I'm a little bit of an introvert and
Is you really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be so cute.
a little bit of an introvert, a little bit antisocial.
Me too.
Yeah.
And here we are, slightly drunk, just chatting it
Live.
up.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh my. I'm gonna top myself off there because now I'm nervous.
I'm like mostly Ice Cube at this point, but I feel like as the person asking intelligent questions, I should
Yeah,
keep it
you're
together
not.
a little bit.
You have to stay sober.
I'm at the Clark.
There you go. It was actually I wanted to be better about asking people for help, about working with other artists, because it's just one of those funny things. I'm sure like most creative people fall into this trap where you get kind of protective of your like creative spirit. You don't want to share it because you feel like it'll be trampled upon. You know, we all treat it a little bit too preciously, I think. And it's a really important practice to get out and work with other people. And so this project was very much an opportunity for me to work with the musicians that I met at Sunspace that I really vibed with and liked what they were doing. And not everyone you ask is available, obviously, but I got a good group of people on this album. And
Do you want to name a few people? and
yeah,
tell us about
I
what
can
they're doing?
name every single one of them as they are credited on the back of this. Jelani Felix. I have absolutely no knowledge of this person outside of the fact that he plays guitar. That's not true. He was the best man at my wedding. He is my first cousin. I grew up across the street from him from birth. He is one of my best friends ever.
We love Jelani.
He is a very special human. I haven't had a chance to hang out with him much during the pandemic, but that's because my wife's immunocompromised, and he works with his beautiful long-term girlfriend she works with kids in education. So we've been kind of separated during the pandemic, which has been a struggle. But he played guitar on this album. Noel Rhodes. I don't think
Who is that?
Yeah, I don't think any of you guys have heard of that guy.
Noel?
He played bass on this. John Resende Shalom.
Noel is his dad.
Oh yeah, Noel's my dad. He started Sunspace.
I can't believe I'm hanging like that.
Yeah, sorry, I forget. Not everyone knows. Noel was my dad. He started Sunspace with me and Elsie and drummer and a few other really talented people. And
so you have a drummer who's named Drummer?
Oh,
is
yes.
I am taking it that he plays the drums.
Yes, drummer. What's one of the other classic names? Gregorio Romero, I believe, is one of his names. He of many names. You know, drummer has been. He's a legend.
Drummer is a character.
He's a legend.
Hard to describe.
He played with Black Flag. Like that guy's an actual punk rock legend. Badass dude. An amazing musician. I didn't get him to play for this album for one very silly reason. And I will share that because I've been drinking a little bit. He played live with me quite a few times. And I have a song called Downright Maddening. And every time we played the song, he would sing the chorus as Downright Madness. And
dare I say that is downright maddening?
It's downright maddening that he couldn't get the lyric right, and he kept on saying downright madness. And his voice carries like a motherfucker. So like when he would lean into that S, that's all anyone could hear. And people would come up to me after the set and be like, wow, that song, Downright Madness, I really like that. I'd just be like, no, that's not the name of the song. It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening that you don't know the song is named Downright Maddening. Come on. So
see you in the merch store. Downright Madness.
So
we should do that.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. So drummer is one of the greatest musicians I know. I always love playing with him. I didn't get him for the recording process because he was busy. He plays for a band called Pigstar and a few others right now that are really cool bands, and he was just busy. So John Resende Shalom was a guy that I met at Sunspace, and he played drums on this album.
Awesome.
And he is a very talented drummer, really cool guy, really like him. He's just an awesome dude. He works full time with as a homeless advocate.
Oh, cool.
Just like that was one of the best things with Sunspace. Is the people that we attracted at that venue were really cool, like genuinely really cool people, like into the arts, wanted to help out, wanted to be a part of what we were doing. That was really exciting. And then Elsie.
Just for people who have no idea, who are just like tuning into our channel for the very first time, this Sunland Sunspace that Brian, hi Brian, how's it going?
Brian!
Check out those glasses. I know Brian's typing in the chat. Speaking of really cool, check out those glasses.
You see these?
They're fucking cool.
It's so my peripherals are protected from the sun too.
Before you tell us who Elsie is, who also contributed to this amazing album, give us just like a really quick, what is the old Sunland Sunspace? What is that for people who are tuning in for the very first time?
Yeah, it was a venue that me and my dad started in Sunland, Tahunga. It was open to all. We tried to make it a really inclusive space. Anyone that wanted to come in and share their art, it was available to them. One of the really frustrating things about being a musician in Los Angeles is the pay-to-play bullshit that a lot of these venues do. There's so many people that their entire industry is based off of taking advantage of people that want to get into the arts. Because there's no money in the arts, but there's money to be taken from artists. So it's this massively frustrating situation. So me and my dad, because we had a little bit of capital at the time, very much felt like it was our duty to provide a space for artists where they weren't being taken advantage of.
Very
and so
true.
that was the big thing. And then Noel my dad is a very talented artist and was just struggling to find venues and places to share his creations. And for him it was just frustrating. So he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And we found this really cool spot in Sunland, Tahunga, really, really reasonable rent. We were in between a chimney cleaning business and a private ambulance service, which that was some shady stuff that was going on there. I don't know what they were doing, but
Strip mall magic.
their hours were completely inconsistent. They would sometimes be there from 9 to 5. Sometimes they'd be there at like 3 a.m. when me and Noel were just doing random recordings in the space. It was so wild. And on more than one occasion, we had men in black suits that refused to show ID asking us about the neighbors. Like banging on our door and like.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Are we allowed to say this on the internet?
Well, it's been said, so.
Well, we are not there anymore, so you can't hunt us down. Sadly, the venue went down during the pandemic, which is why we are here now online.
Yeah.
We're still trying to provide the space for artists to just come and show their material. This is what our channel is all about. So
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same, idea and vibe that we're trying to push. If you're an artist and you have something to share, we will present it on our channel free of charge. And if anything, we're going to try to make you some money because we understand artists do not get paid enough, man.
what's our email address again?
sunlandsunspace@gmail.com.
If you're an artist and you want to be featured on our channel, hit us up. But back to you, Elsie May.
Yep.
Last
Elsie May,
but not least,
my beautiful wife, she did the background vocals for the first album.
nice.
Yeah. And that's the first album. Those are all the musicians I worked with. It was a lot of fun. And then shamelessly, because I can't help myself from meddling, I played a little bit of bass, I played a little bit of guitar, I played a little bit of the drums. It's 80% of the musicians listed on the back, and then 20% of me meddling post, in the post process.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Should we just dive into your album? Check out.
Let's do it. What's the first one we got set up here?
We have Dead Inside.
Oh, okay. So
First on the list.
this,
Tell us a little bit about Dead
this
Inside.
is actually from my newest album called Manufactured Authenticity, which was recorded entirely during the pandemic, all within a couple of months, entirely by myself. So it's the album is definitely different because I didn't have outside musicians to come in. It's me playing every piece. I'm not the most, I'm a piano player. I can noodle on guitar. I can noodle on bass. So the guitar parts and the bass parts are a little bit simple, but it's a little bit more raw emotionally. The first album is very tongue-in-cheek and playful, and almost every song is a joke in some way. The second album, Manufactured Authenticity, is not that. It was in the peak of the pandemic. I was struggling mentally. I was in a dark place, and this song is one of my few kind of emotionally charged songs.
All right, we're diving in hard. Let's get ready. We're gonna hit play.
I'm gonna try not to talk during the song.
I'm just gonna mute the microphone.
I'll go to the bathroom. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, take a shit. All right, here we go, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just lately I've been dead inside. Rate me, I'll smile wide. Forget me, I'm the shy type. But listen to what I say. Still waters, sometimes they rage. It's on my mind, Contempt's all I'll ever find. Click the heart, ring the bell, confirm that I'm alive. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that I'm dead inside. Listen to what I say. Still waters, sometimes they rage. I'm rotten, I'm broken, I'm dead inside. You made me this way. I'm rotten, I'm broken, I'm dead inside. You made me this way.
So we don't think I have these song loops, so I can't tell when they stop.
Oh, no.
So I think we should just do like a slow fade out.
Yeah.
And then turn the mic back on. How long are they?
3.5 minutes. It definitely ends like a quiet second. I'm back.
Yeah. Should we?
I don't know. I think the question is, like, if it gets really loud again, then it'll fade out. Like, there's definitely a tail at the end of the song where it's. Yeah.
I can tell you looking at the music.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. You look at the mixer, I'm dancing with the crowd.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay, there it is. Hey, we're back.
I was not watching any mixers. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
We weren't watching the mixer at all. We're totally hearing a song that's playing right now.
Yeah, so that, I mean, the lyrics are kind of obvious. That song's about frustration with social media and this kind of platform, which I've gotten much better at. But I mean, you know this as someone that's antisocial. This stuff it's challenging, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot at once.
It's a
and
lot.
It's very tempting to very personally associate to it.
Yeah, it's especially when you're putting out art and like things that are kind of raw, and you feel like you're exposing yourself in a certain way. It's social media just seems like such a toxic response to it.
It is because social media leads us to think that we get an immediate, authentic human feedback.
Yeah.
But the algorithms cannot replace like the human to human connection.
Yeah. It's this interesting thing that I struggle with, where it's like right now in this with the current environment that music is released in, artists need to be better at the social media game than they need to be a musician. And I see it all the time. You see artists that get their music out there and it gets a lot of plays and a lot of people are listening to it, and there's nothing particularly special about the music, but they themselves are very entertaining. Like their personality is big. Like Cardi B, I think is a good example. Where like, yeah, like there's not. I don't dislike her music. It's fine, but it's a personality thing. She has a huge personality.
Oh, yeah.
She is fun to watch, and
Cardi B in the morning when
Yeah.
I have to work at 6 a.m.
Exactly. And her voice is unique, and it feels fun. So like, even though her flow isn't the most impressive thing, her voice is really cool sounding. She's got a really unique voice, and again, the personality is huge, and you respond to it. And so it, as someone that is a little bit muted with their personality, and is like, no, my art will do the speaking. It's a frustrating thing, and it's a confusing thing to try and figure out.
You go like, what do I do?
Yeah, I am uncomfortable putting my personality out that way, so I'll just focus on the art. But on every step of the way, our society shows us that no, personality is the most important thing. The cult of personality, like it's a very real thing. And I struggle with it. I struggle with it. And that's a lot of what that song's about. And in those moments where I do start playing that game and doing the social media stuff, it feels so fake and forced.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm dead inside, and like I'm playing this ridiculous game of just, here, judge me. I don't give a shit. You know, I struggle with it.
For me, from like an outsider but close friend to you perspective, it's interesting because, you know, you're one of those people who's so fucking hilarious, has personality up the ass, like once you get over that, you know, like acquaintance barrier and just like really get comfortable and let loose, like you're so fucking funny. Like I laugh at your jokes all the time, and I find your personality so like, what are we gonna do next, Gaia? What joke are you gonna do? Like
it's so funny because that plays into the anxiety. Like I get in my own way where it's like if I wasn't so anxious, everyone would like me all the time, and it's like it's such a dangerous game to play. No one's gonna. There's that amazing Mitch Hedberg joke. No one's gonna like you all the time. And last night, all those people were at my show. It's you can't pander to everyone. You got to be true to yourself. But it's a hard thing for people like you and me, where it's like I want acceptance all the time. And as someone that is kind of reserved with my personality, when I do finally like expose it, I want the world to celebrate it. And when it's not celebrated, it's a little bit like, oh,
okay, I guess I'll go back into my hole and never come out again.
This is why I was hiding in my hole in the first place, you damn people. Fine.
I was fine under my rock until you hurt me. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. So I mean, like Nick, you're onto it right there. It's like social media is not about creating, it's about...
What comment are you referring to?
Oh, Nick's comment, social media seems to not be about making things anymore. And I agree.
I mean, let's just look at Instagram for a moment. They recently replaced the notifications button with the purchase button. So it used to be the button where you can check on how your friends and followers are interacting with you. It's now the how can you give us your money button.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Don't get me started on capitalism, man. That is some shit right there. You know what that is? Downright maddening. Which leads me to our next song here.
Should I play it?
Why not?
Here we go. Downright madness.
Nope. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Downright maddening. 5. Is it the Easy Machine?
Yeah, these are all Easy Machine tracks.
The Easy Machine. Downright maddening.
Mm-hmm. Broccoli. Oh, there we go.
I don't know the beat.
Been taking notes.
This is it?
Not afraid.
And
Not
follow it on the EQ because it's like
time of moving close. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Yeah, the light can't escape. Stay like a panther's. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not afraid. But the mantra fails and she knows that I am afraid. And she sings away. It's downright. Downright.
no, I'm good. I'm actually this is the thing I was talking about where I just
Downright
when I know this. And it becomes a problem, like if I'm at a bar socializing, because I'll get way too drunk way too fast. And I'm not trying to, it's something to do with your fucking hands.
That happens to me too. I always get way too drunk and I'm trying to have a conversation with
That sounded great. Everything you said right there,
Yeah.
You said with conviction.
I had to go pee.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear a word of it, but you said it well.
Yeah, I can see
Well
the
done.
personality.
Yeah. You were really confident,
Yeah.
man. That's great.
Do I need deodorant? No, that was like
I know. I felt the need to acknowledge that.
I've always struggled with Rio.
Yeah, supposedly you can get,
Are you watching those quizzes?
oh, shit, no. We're good. This song actually has a bit of a... This song has a thing on it.
Am I on the beat?
It's hard to say. We're clearly in the outro because it's consistently loud.
When you say wet, I'm gonna make a little eyeball. It's the piano doodle outro. Oh, he's like giving us a heads up. Oh wait, he's saying it's like quiet.
Yeah, okay, and then wait, and then we'll do like this little. I think it's. I honestly don't know. Did it end?
Oh, there's like a big jumpy thing happening. What does that mean?
Okay, it's over. It's over.
Okay.
I think that was the whole song, right? Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
okay,
All right.
okay. Just watching the mixers. Did the song end? Is the song ending? I'm dancing to thin air, you guys. I'm just trying to make it fun.
I'm guessing based on the dynamics of the track, which some of these are older tracks, so I'm not entirely sure. That
right.
song's about my cat.
Downright maddening. Are we talking about Freya the cat?
Mm-hmm. That song.
She has a big butthole, and it drives me insane.
Yeah, proportionally, her butthole is huge, and like most cats, she is very keen to show everyone her butthole. Yeah, it's I love cats. They're like super snuggly, and especially if you like you're intimate with them and they know you well, they'll like just crawl onto your lap and snuggle up with you.
So sweet.
But they have no awareness of their anus and where they're placing it.
Actually, in
They
the
do?
interjection,
Okay.
I read that the reason why cats like to display their butthole
Are bold with their anus.
have anus boldity, boldness.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why cats have anus boldness is because kittens. Oh, thank you, Brian.
Thank you for that,
Go
Brian.
Love Everything by the Easy Machine and a link posted. So sweet.
That's awesome. Thank you, man.
The reason why cats love to display their anus is because when they're kittens, their mom licks their butthole to, for cleanliness because they haven't learned how to be clean yet.
Ass eating, popularized by the cats.
No. Well, we're talking about a child-parent relation.
Okay.
Please.
I retract my
Keep
statement.
it kosher.
I retract
And
that.
they relate to us humans as their parents.
Yeah.
So when they're like all snuggled, you're like,
Oh my god.
Mommy, clean my butthole. And that's why they show you their butthole.
No.
I read it in a cat book.
No, I believe you. My no is in response to the fact that my cat expects me to lick her butthole when she's doing that. Because I'm clearly the parent in that relationship. That's not fucking happening.
Usually what I do when a cat does it, I just kind of give him like a little scritch, on the tail. Like on top of the tail. I just give him like a little
The
scritch.
problem with the scritch on the back of the tail is they lift their butt up higher when you do that.
So
that
it
just
means
encourage.
you're doing it right, and then you're just like, go shoo now. I did the butt thing.
Okay,
Go away now.
I get it.
Anus boldness.
Yeah.
You could use a wipe. Brian
Yeah.
Brandeville says you can use a wipe. Just have a cat butt wipe
There you go.
on standby.
Anus boldness. I think that might be the name of the next album.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
At
we're gonna
least
get
the
an
song.
honorary mention.
Pow! Anus boldness. One of those double uses of a word. It's both your name and pow. It's the sound effect.
Right in the bottle.
Yeah. Of the boldness of your
terrible.
anus. Yeah. Bam!
You should never enter a butthole like that.
No. Unless you have permission.
This is an 18+ show, by the way. What's in my camera today? Ooh.
Is it
Anyways,
the
it's
camera
about your
or am I
cat.
just blurry? That's
I
another great Mitch Hedberg joke. Is Bigfoot, are all the pictures of him just blurry? Or is Bigfoot blurry?
I mean, I can answer that question right away.
Well, what's your answer?
It's definitely not Bigfoot.
No. You are
When it
so
comes
wrong.
to Bigfoot, I like to be very logical.
Yeah. He's real. He exists and he lives in the Tahunga Mountains right near me.
Sure.
100%. In fact, if any one of you is seen hiking, stream froze. Looks like it's back up. I'm gonna keep going. I think I'm good. Is it back up?
It looks good over here.
Ooh, look at that delay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and usually there's like a reconnecting thing.
Yeah. I think we're good. Okay, cool.
Okay.
There have been some recent Bigfoot sightings in the Tahunga Mountains recently. And if you have been hiking in the area of the Angeles, not the Angeles Falls, what's it called?
Angeles Crest Forest?
It's the, it has one of the worst names for a trail I've ever heard. The
Trailanga.
Trailanga, that's one of them. I think it's the Trail Falls Trail.
Oh my god.
In Tahunga. It's such a bad name. It's a gorgeous hike. It's very popular right now. Bigfoot has been seen in that area. So you're clearly wrong.
I accept it. It would have been the first time. I'm okay with being wrong.
So, big believer of Bigfoot over here. Big fan of him. Me and Sasquatch were like this. Close buds. You know, I grew up in Topanga. I'm a wild child. Me and Sasquatch have been hanging out for years.
Can you say that in like a rowdy, like a Batman cowboy voice?
I'm a wild child. I hang out with Sasquatch on the regular. Me and that guy, we're tight. We're like that. He's my buddy.
You're welcome, Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Wait. We keep getting sidetracked because I promised people to show people the real you, but I also want to talk about your art.
Okay.
So, Downright Maddening,
Okay.
a song about your cat.
Oh yeah, it's on my cat.
Yeah, we started with buttholes. But
That's right. Yeah.
it's
There we go.
song
That's how we
about
got on that tangent.
Tell us about the song.
I love juxtaposition in music. I love like subverted expectations. You know, you start listening to something. You sent me a really cool video recently of this guy breaking down the music to the Disney movie Up, which I think, as anyone knows, that song that movie can make you cry in like 30 seconds flat. It's outrageous, and then it's not just like you're getting choked up. You're like,
Right.
It's ugly crying really fast.
And if I remember correctly, that was a 60-second TikTok where he breaks down why does the theme song of Up make you cry.
Exactly. And long story short, it's a happy theme that and it's playful, it's jovial, the theme is played by multiple instruments that get across different emotions. When Ellie, I think the main character's name is Ellie, when she passes away, and the main character is left alone for the first time, the theme plays again. And it's the same happy theme, but it's the juxtaposition of a happy melody and watching a broken man that is just so haunting, and it just hits you in a way that like now I can feel it.
It hones on the absence of the reason.
Exactly.
For
This is exactly
this. Just like points at the whole.
Yeah, this is why he was happy, and now it's empty. It's so powerful, and so I love that in music. I love juxtaposition. I love like all my favorite artists are very tongue-in-cheek and playful with their lyrics, and so that's something that I always try to do as a songwriter is be playful. I think music should be fun. It should be a little bit naughty, and it should be new and unique. It should you like especially in music when we have the practice of standards, and the 1-4-5 is a chord change that every musician uses constantly. I think it's an important practice to be pushing yourself, to try new things, to try different things. And this was a song where I very much like the idea of painting myself as a creepy person, picking up someone at a bar.
Is this where we start going onto your cat's butthole?
I kind of. The idea is if you listen to the lyric without context, it could just be a creepy guy picking up someone at a bar. And then the second verse becomes nonsensical if you're listening to it in that perspective. But if you're listening to it from the perspective of that's a cat's thought process, the whole thing makes total sense. And the two verses are it's a conversation between a human and their cat. So the first verse is the human trying to interact with their cat, and the cat just totally cold shouldering them, which we've all experienced.
As one does when one is a cat.
And the second verse is the cat's perspective of why it cold shouldered the human. I've got my own shit going on right now, man. I do not care about your monkey business.
Cats have healthy boundaries. I mean, that's just admirable. And honestly, I think one of the main reasons why humans love cats so much is because we see their healthy boundaries. We see them walking away from our craving for affection, and we go, man, I wish I had balls like that cat.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like I love all animals. I am an antisocial animal person. It's one of those weird things in my family. We'll feel emotions for an animal well before we feel emotions for another human. It's a little bit problematic, but it's just the nature of our family.
Yeah.
So it's like I love dogs, but cats, there's just I love that independence. I'm a bit of an emotional person, and I have a tendency to just kind of shut down in certain situations. And my dog Dexter, who passed away recently, who I
bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
Dexter.
I loved that dog with every ounce of my being. He would do the classic dog thing in that situation where he just understood that I was upset, and he wanted to help me out, and he would just put himself at my feet, try to give me all the attention I could. It was a problem for my anxiety, because in that moment, when I'm at my most fragile, when I'm at my most volatile as well, I need to just be left alone. Like I need to just leave me alone, let me figure this out on my own, and I'll come back stronger and better. But you gotta let me figure this out on my own. And unfortunately, having a dog wasn't the best for that. Because I would then have to pay attention to the fact that he was upset, the fact that I was upset. Cats, they don't have that. If I'm upset and the cat I don't want to interact with the cat's like, fine, fuck you, I'll go do my own thing, which is exactly what I need in that moment, which is perfect for me, because I feel slightly guilty, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll come out of this then. I don't need to be this upset about things. I'll go have a good time with the cat. That sounds great. So I think I'm more of a cat person, which is kind of weird to say.
My God.
Which is kind of weird to say, right?
I'm honestly, I don't want to say, I'm shocked. Not in a negative or a positive way. I'm just like, I feel like something just happened.
It was shocking for me when I figured
on
it out.
Aquarian times. Oh my God.
No, it was me. Like me and Elsie had a long conversation one day, and it was a weird dawning realization where I was like, oh shit, I'm a cat person. I'm not a dog person. I love dogs, but my personality is a cat. I'm a fucking cat person. Yeah, exactly. And hence Catstronauts. That's how Catstronauts was born. I was like, oh shit.
I love Catstronauts. If you haven't seen Catstronauts, then you need to go watch Sunspace Presents because
we're gonna put all the Catstronauts bit in one. We're editing them together right now to make like one continuous first episode that people can get caught up.
And I'm gonna get a role in Catstronauts.
That's right. Oh my god, I spent a week figuring out the lore for the Catstronaut world. All the stupid pseudoscience, the cults. It was like I approached it like a D&D campaign where I was like, these are my races, these are my characters, and I am so excited to start sharing the expansive Catstronaut universe with everyone because it's gonna get weird, man. It's gonna get so weird. Yes, I have parts for you. I have parts for multiple people's cats. Nick's been sending me videos of his cats, which I've been working into the cat homeworld footage, which is going to be really cool. I think people are really gonna like that.
Our friend Chris, who hosts the Sunspace Art Lab, has been making some amazing art for Catstronauts. It looks, oh my god, I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I'm gonna give a little teaser for the lore. So the cat homeworld is entirely subterranean. They live in caves. They have no exposure to the sun on their planet. And they're worked to the bone. Cat culture on the cat homeworld, there's no leisure involved. They work constantly, day and night.
Sounds terrible.
I know. But then, the cult of the sunbathers was born. And that created a divide in the cat culture. I'm not going to say what happens from there.
You gotta tune in to Sunspace.
You gotta find out. You gotta find out. Tune in.
Oh, should we hear Sunspace Presents? What are you chuckling at?
Oh, the comments.
Oh, the comments.
The little cat emojis.
So really, oh my god, there's so many cat emojis. Look at that.
There's good cat emojis.
Well, but to give you a little flavor of what stuff on Sunspace Presents is like, let's cut to one of the bits we showed in the very first episode.
Oh yeah.
To Sunspace Presents.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with cats.
Nothing to do with cats.
But just like a little flavor of like the cool, fun, like home style video jokes that we make.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Are you suffering from a weak stream? Here at Personal Internet Solutions Simplified, we are dedicated to strengthening your stream with such industry-leading solutions as bigger cables, more cables, more bigger cables, putting your modem high up on a wall so gravity can lend a hand. We even offer a microphone that you can connect to the back of your modem, so you can scream at it.
Oh, come on!
And it will know exactly how mad you really are. But for those serious about strengthening their stream, we offer the Niagara package. I'm gonna have my head scientist, Bill, explain it to you. The only man in glasses with more sex appeal than me.
Ted. That guy. Well, my name's Bill, and I'm the head scientist here, and I'm going to be explaining to you fine folks our proprietary Niagara package for strengthening your stream. So your internet, it comes into your house, and it connects to your modem. From there it spreads out, connecting to your universe of devices. Got your gaming consoles, got your TVs, got your smart appliances, your fridge and whatnot. Anything in your house that connects to your network, these things are in constant communication with each other. Always sending information back and forth. Your fridge is letting your TV know when it's about to make some ice. Your TV's letting your fridge know when your favorite programs are about to start. It's unnecessary cross chatter. And when you need a clear network for your stream, all that cross chatter is being sent back up to your modem. It's just slowing everything down. It's just clocking it up. So with the Niagara package, what we do is we come straight in, we bypass your modem completely, connecting directly to your universe of devices. From here, we install a firewall. This eliminates unnecessary cross chatter. It also acts as an outlet from your information directly from the source. And this greatly strengthens your stream. This is the Niagara package that we're very proud of here at Personal Internet Solutions Simplified. The internet is you and it.
Hey, strong stream, guys.
The
Right?
internet is you and it's me. That's the theme song right there. I got paid big money by Piss to write that track.
Piss.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I'm also excited to announce that we have a new corporate sponsor that's going to be, showing up in the newest episode of Sunspace Presents. Planetary Objects Observed and Named, Poon. They're a new sponsor, and we have some yes some footage from their most recent gathering about naming planetary objects. It's really interesting, science-y stuff. I think you guys will like it.
Vaginas.
Not vagina.
Sorry. Just had to think about vagina.
Planetary objects
I don't know
observed and named. It has not. It's. You just have a dirty mind. That's your fault.
Or my blessing.
Yeah, there you go.
But back to the show. Gaia, what else do you got on your album?
Okay, what's next year so I can actually be like clever about my.
Yeah. So we got a
Down
in the
my
Creek.
goodness. Okay, so this again going back to being emotionally constipated and not wanting to expose myself or any aspects of my personality at all. This song is like the exact opposite of that. This might be the most raw I've ever been with sharing my past, sharing my emotions about things. This song is about Jelani Felix. I'm from a massive family. My dad was one of 12 kids.
He's your cousin.
Yeah, Jelani's my first cousin. I have, when you include first and second cousins, which we do in our family because it's very close-knit, it's almost 100 cousins that I have.
Holy shit.
It's a huge group of people. We're pretty close-knit, specifically with the siblings of my dad's sister, not the siblings, the kids of my dad's sister Victoria and her partner Trevi. That family I got really close with because I lived across the street from them growing up. That was Jelani, Miles, Malika, Tavis, and Echo. Eka now she calls herself. And they are amazing people that are a big part of who I am is because I was around them as in my formative years. And as happens as an adult, we kind of drifted apart. I'm not the most communicative person. I'm not the best at reaching out to people. My family is, I get that in my family, a lot of us are the same way, so we have a tendency to kind of drift apart. It's nice because when we get back together, it's almost like no time has passed.
I love that feeling.
Which is really nice, but in those moments apart, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. And especially during the pandemic, it was rough. I really struggled to reach out to people, and I didn't realize how much I was dependent on those like forced social interactions. And before, because of my antisocial personality, I might have been a little bit reluctant to do them, and I felt like it was a burden and a challenge. That year off made me realize I need that shit. I need to get together with these people, even if it is hard. Even if it isn't in my wheelhouse, it's not my natural tendency. It's important for me to go out and do these things. And so, like in the heart of the pandemic, I was really feeling that. I was really feeling and missing people that I felt like
I couldn't reach out and tell them I was missing them. And
yeah, because it's hard to say these very, like that's a short phrase, like I miss you, like that's 3 words, but then it's so hard to
especially
like, say it out loud, like in someone's face, like
Yeah.
while you're having that face-to-face connection, and then
Yeah.
also realizing you don't have that face-to-face connection because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're trying to like get that message across that's like all penned up inside of you.
It's hard, and especially if you're someone that has been, a little bit close to the chest with your emotions, to finally just expose them and be like, you know what, I fucking miss you guys. Like this has been hard for me. I have I don't talk to you guys about this stuff. Everything we do normally is jokey and lighthearted, but shit, man, I miss you guys. Like that's a really hard thing to do, and my weird antisocial ass, instead of actually reaching out to these people and telling them I miss you guys, I want to talk to you again, I wrote a fucking song about it and hoped that they would reach out to me, which didn't happen. So it's like it's part of the process.
Yeah.
And we've I have been more emotional with these people. I have been more forward with my emotions, and that's been a big part of the learning process of the pandemic for me, like the silver lining that I can put on this. What have I learned about myself that I can take out of this and be a better person going forward? I'm too closed off emotionally. I need to be more available emotionally. I need to be more honest with my emotions. And I'll just say it now. I miss everyone. I miss you guys so fucking much. This sucks, dude. I am finally vaccinated. I'm going to be obnoxious about coming out and seeing all of you. And, you're going to have to deal with it. I don't care. I'm sick of being embarrassed and not wanting to embarrass myself and be upset that, be worried about what other people think of me. My best friends now are people that used to annoy me with their friendship. And now they are the closest people in my life. So there's something to that.
Oh, I think we're all super excited to see you again, Gaia. That being said, this next song is dedicated to everybody who couldn't hang out with each other for a long time.
Brian, that goes to you too, dude. I love you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. I can't wait to hang out with you guys and listen to some of your amazing sound stuff. I always love the stuff you do at Sunspace.
I've never met you, Brian.
What? You never met Brian?
I don't think I've ever met Brian. I know
Scandalous.
he's a Sunspace person, but you know what? I like meeting you in the chat all the time, and I'm sure one of these days I'll see you in person. Okay, here's the song.
At 7, yeah.
What kind of tempo is it? It's pretty slow.
We'll definitely be able to tell when this one gets bigger, because it's going to start like all in that little green range. Alright. I have a bladder the size of a pea. Pee again.
Bye.
Like, dead serious. Like, one of the reasons I am as antisocial as I am is because I have a disease called interstitial cystitis, which makes me pee constantly. And it's embarrassing being around other men having to be like, I have to go pee, excuse me. I have to go pee, excuse me.
I want you to own that.
I might talk about that. You know that you think that they're off me.
Yeah, I miss it every day. Sound of yaw in the air. Our fathers writing music here, but we don't care. We got playing to do. It's down in the creek where frogs speak only the truth. Grown now, we have different lives, but I am missing you. I am
I like the dinosaur. People loved it.
Nice.
Comes the secret of happier days.
Turds. Look like
The
turds.
sound of love in the tree.
What's dinosaur?
I know. Because they got this little dinosaur here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
What a
tiny.
child sees. I miss swinging with you. You're down in the
Chomp it
creek
too.
where love's
You ate it. You put it in your mouth.
only the truth.
Look, you ate it.
It's funny too, because it looked like I slapped your hand away, so you just started humping
Have
it.
different lives, but I am
We didn't get it.
missing you.
We're good, we're good.
No, that's actually horrifying.
I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives, but I am missing you. I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives, but I am missing you. I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives. Tell me, are you missing it too? Are you missing it too?
I do.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause I wanna know. Are you missing? Are you missing? Are you missing? Are you missing it too? Are you missing it too?
Yeah.
'Cause I know I am. I am missing. I am missing. I am missing. I am missing you.
Okay, we have one ice cube yet. I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Here we go.
Thanks. How long is this song?
It's about 4 minutes.
Oh, it's a little bit long.
Yeah, this is a ballad with a whole outro thing.
We all go
It gets emotional. I start screaming, I'm missing you. at the end.
down.
I'm missing you! I'm missing you!
So it gets really loud.
Yeah. Are you missing me too? Because I'm missing you, motherfucker!
The way we play, life was easy.
I want to work on closed caption next time.
I
It's
miss
just like,
it every day.
I think it's just a widget that you can add.
I think it's
Sound
I
of
it's
joy
hard to say.
in the air. Our fathers writing music here.
Sweet music.
But we
Sweet
don't
music.
care.
Thank you.
We got playing to do.
This is one of the ones from the
Down
old
in
album.
the creek.
Or the new album. This is all me.
Where frogs speak.
What do you want to talk about next?
Only the truth.
What's the next one? Oh, Lizard Tale. So this is we can transition to the goofy stuff.
Nice.
Lizard Tale is about a fun piece of Los Angeles history.
I am missing you.
I know about that. I know about that.
Oh, cool.
Like the whole reptilian myth started in LA, right?
Yeah. It's based on a Hopi myth, a Hopi legend that fire raised this guy, the Native Americans, who moved into catacombs underground, and it's actually really interesting. Native American scholars are like, no, this is true, but it's interpreted. What happened is there was a meteor shower, and what they created was a group of a warrior tribe that was known as the Lizard Men. They weren't actually lizard people. It was a warrior tribe. But this crazy miner, G. Warren Shuffelt, was like, oh, lizard people living underground. I got it.
They're alive here.
And he claimed to invent this device called the radio X-ray machine.
Oh my god.
And he had this massive map Actually, I'm gonna pull a picture of my phone so I can show people.
Do you wanna? I have my iPad here. It's bigger.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Joy on the canyon breeze. It's what a child sees. I'm just swinging with you.
G. Warren
You're down in the creek.
Shuffelt. This is one of those fun things that Google doesn't know about. You have to be so specific, otherwise it won't show.
Only the truth.
Oh my god.
How long has it been? This is like the second time. I don't know. Should I fade it?
Grown now,
As
we
is it
have
repeated?
different lives, but I am missing you. I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives,
I think we're
but I am missing you. I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives, but I am missing you. I am missing you. Grown now, we have different lives. Tell me, are you missing it too? Are you missing it too? Yeah, yeah, 'cause I wanna know. Are you missing? Are you missing? Are you missing? Are you missing it too? Are you missing it too? Yeah, 'cause I know I am. I am missing. I am missing. I am missing. I am missing you.
Yeah, I only have. Oh, here it goes a little quieter.
Yeah, this is probably it. Right?
Okay. And that was that.
Yeah, we can't hear the song, so we're kind of guessing based off of our equalizer here if the song's ended or not. Apologies if we cut it off too soon, or if we let it repeat, but we're trying.
Fake jamming.
Yeah, we're trying.
We were talking about a lot of stuff while the song was on.
We were looking at what was next on the playlist, and it brought to mind a fun story. So the last song was from my most recent album, which was during quarantine, locked up, emotionally charged.
Missing people.
Exactly. This next track is from the first album, which is very much when I was in a good mood. So everything is tongue in cheek and goofy and about weird things that interest me. This next song is called Lizard Tail, and oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's about a fun piece of LA history. I'm sure everyone has heard of the lizard people, the reptilians, the lizard people. This is like a Los Angeles local thing that started in LA. The Hopi Indians, or Native Americans, sorry, indigenous people, the Hopi indigenous people of in this area that is now Los Angeles, they had a legend about the lizard people. Fire rained down from the sky, and so the people of the Hopi tribe moved into these massive underground catacombs. And this is a legend of the Hopi people, and it is...
And they're escaping from asteroids or meteors or something.
Meteors is how it's commonly interpreted. What their story says is fire rains down from the sky, and the only way they could survive was by escaping into these massive underground cities that they constructed. The capital was under what is now Chavez Ravine. One of the other cities, which is below what is now the LA Public Library, and the third city, total mystery. No one knows where it was.
Wait, are those cities actually there?
No, but where they were supposed to be now geographically would be underneath the Chavez Ravine and underneath the LA Public Library.
So who determined where they were supposed to be?
A miner, an industrialist by the name of G. Warren Shuffelt.
Who is he?
He was a very wealthy man in the early 1900s. He heard of this Hopi legend. Supposedly, he actually went and had interviews and meetings with Hopi tribe members, and they confirmed this. And then he invented something that he called the radio X-ray machine.
Oh boy.
And this was a bit of a dowsing rod, so to speak. The actual science behind it, the technology, has been lost to antiquity. No one knows what this was, but clearly he invented...
The antiquity of the 20th century?
Yeah, it's gone. No, it never filed a patent. No one knows what this thing was. But it was amazing.
Sure.
And using his radio X-ray device, he scanned all of Los Angeles, and he found this intricate network of tunnels and caverns beneath Los Angeles. Here it is. This is the map. This is the actual map that he drew out and gave to the LA Times. That was supposed to be his map of the catacombs underneath Los Angeles and the massive cities. He actually got permission from the city of Los Angeles to dig a 1,000-foot ditch in what is now like Spring and 7th or something. Like it's in like the heart of downtown. He dug this stupidly big hole because it was supposed to tap him into what he called
just like 1,000 feet vertically down.
Vertically down. That the city of Los Angeles gave him permission to dig 1,000 feet into the ground in the center of Los Angeles because he convinced everyone that he had a real map of this mythic Hopi Native American indigenous people legend, and he had found it. And so he wanted to dig a tunnel into the key room where he was sure, and he had pictures that he was showing people of hard edged squares that he said were golden tablets that had missing history of the Mayans, missing history of humanity. The missing history of humans was buried.
I'm sure that he was mentioned in those missing tablets.
I'm sure.
As some kind of messiah.
I'm sure. And
this was like a Mormon 2.0 kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
No?
I mean, that's...
I'm sorry if there's any Mormons present, but...
So he got permission, and he underwent this massive project to dig this 1,000-foot hole in Los Angeles to try to find this.
This hole. What's the diameter on this hole?
That's a good question.
Was it like a manhole?
Yeah.
Or are we talking like a pit?
Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those things. It was chronicled really well by the Los Angeles Times, but a lot of that has been lost. So
to the paywall, or
no, not the paywall. It's just like those articles aren't available, or they weren't very clear. One of like the articles in the LA Times, which is like one of the most prevalent articles on this subject, is it's actually a bit infamous amongst conspirators because it's about a 3-page article and it's maybe only 5 or 6 sentences. It's like each paragraph is a run-on sentence that would make your English teacher's head explode.
Oh my god!
Like it's unbelievable.
It's terrible.
But
hey, my ice cube was like the Death Star. Continue your story.
So he started digging this hole, and this is actually like a fun piece of human history. Digging holes is fucking hard. It's really hard. He got down to about 250 feet. He passed the water table. It all just became mud, and it constantly started collapsing in on itself.
I wonder what the water table in LA is now. Do you think we're still at 250?
I don't know. That's probably just where he was digging to. I bet it depends. But who the hell knows? That's a good question. I don't know. But yeah, he got to 350 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was able to dig 100 feet past that to 350 feet, and everything just kept on collapsing in on itself. And it all just kind of ended there. The story never continued. He disappeared.
And so the conspiracy theory thrives on, lives on.
That's right. But the theory of the lizard people living beneath Los Angeles is very strong, and you can find people today that strongly believe that there is a network of tunnels and catacombs beneath Los Angeles. And in fact, it ties into a really interesting UFO phenomenon called the Battle of Los Angeles, where there were UFO sightings above Los Angeles, and the Air Force actually opened fire on these lights in the sky over Los Angeles. I think it was in the 70s or the 80s, but there is a long history of UFO and conspiracy theory stuff that's tied into Los Angeles.
We should write a D&D campaign about just that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like I wrote this song kind of poking fun at Warren G. Shuffelt and poking fun at the whole thing. I want it to be true so badly. Every time I read the article, I'm like, he just didn't dig down to 1,000 feet. If he dug down to 1,000 feet, he would have found it.
What is with my camera? Why it never does that? It's trying to hide our reptilian faces. Do we just have to like
There we go.
exist there? Okay.
There we go.
Don't do that.
How big was the hole? A frail? I
Yeah.
don't know. There's a few pictures and it is interesting. There's one good picture of him standing at the top of the hole. It looks pretty small. It looks like a mine shaft dug straight down. I'd say like 3 by 3 feet, maybe. But that is a guess, man.
Well, should we cut to the song?
Yeah, let's do it. So again, this has the juxtaposition of the listener's not supposed to be exactly sure what I'm talking about, but once you get to the chorus, it's lizard people.
Presenting the Easy Machine and their song, Lizard Tail.
There we go. 800 to 300. Ah, cool.
Look deep in your eyes. This one got a rising mind to play. Was it something I said?
I think this is the big.
You wheel your skin with grace. A spoon stuck in my face and take the fall. Play for it all.
I think it doesn't like when we do.
Baby, I know
Oh, that looks so funny.
something's not right. Baby, I know something's not right.
Oh! Look at all those teeth.
Something's not right.
This is a really unsuspecting lizard people song.
The story is super wild.
You can tell people you have teeth in your closet.
Something's not right.
It's true.
Baby, I know that something's not right. Something's not right. Rip off your skin, it falls to the ground.
How long is my hair?
Pretty sure.
A radio X-ray map pulls you out. Yo, this a tale, yes. Baby, it's
I got this shirt from
They actually.
Jennifer.
Without rope,
Oh,
tie me
nice.
down.
That said, had like a picture of like
Reptile eyes have found my weakness.
like a Texas bull.
Get out of my head.
Oh, that's good.
And it said, it had spelled out, don't mess with
A
Texas
psychic
right?
bottom.
Oh.
And I wore it to the
Delete the
OG.
memory I can't recall.
They got like.
First, they
I
were
think I hear it all. Baby, I know
and then we were in the OBGYN.
something's not right.
And then we had a little bit of abortion clinics have to stay open. Just like a cute little
Oh,
outfit.
yeah.
Not right.
Someone's ideology versus
Something's not right.
ideologically, yeah. No one would ever be for an abortion. That's not.
Rip off your
That's not legal.
skin, it falls to the ground. Radio X-ray map pulls you out. Yo, this a day.
No, they're killing babies. It's unacceptable. It's just like, God damn it. Only everything was that simple. We're not killing babies, you fool.
It's getting quiet. Is it ending? Yeah. And we are back. How did you like Lizard Tail? It was pretty funny, huh?
You're spot on, Nick. That's why I loved that. That's kind of what drew me to it. Radio X-ray map sounded like, I was like, that's a 90s lyric, and it's real. It's a real thing. It's an actual reference. This is perfect.
Oh my god. Love it. Love it.
And I stupidly like conspiracy theories. I love the new King Kong Godzilla movies because it's based off of the Hollow Earth theory, which is like, it's so goofy, but I love it. It's such a fun concept.
I want the Earth to be hollow.
Right?
Like just from an adventuring point of view. I want there to be a vast tunnel system with unencountered civilizations that I can make friends with.
I know. I like all throughout the pandemic, I was just pining for like alien contact, the discovery of a new species. Just like something on that level that humanity could like rally and be like, no, that's amazing. We all are excited about this. This is a reason we can all be happy.
And they can't get COVID, so they can come over to the house.
Right? Like,
there it is. Okay.
yeah.
Gaia, do you want to do another song?
Yeah. What? Okay. So, "Nap in the Sun" is the next one. This is.
You know, when you showed me "Nap in the Sun," I immediately thought that's gotta be a song about a cat. But you said it's about something else.
No, this is about literally just napping in the sun. This was an instrumental piece that I wrote. And take a shot with us. Yes. Here, let me pour myself
What
a
are we
fresh
taking
one.
shots for?
You guys have a request to take a shot with someone from the chat. Here we go.
Hey.
Woo!
Cheerio to Disneyland.
Tasty. Smooth. What was I talking about?
We were
I
talking
didn't
about
say
Nap in
something.
the Sun.
Oh, "Nap in the Sun." Yeah. It was an instrumental. This is one of the, I had nothing on my mind. I just liked the way it sounded. I was like, this is fun. This is cool. And it just felt like that unique feeling where you fall asleep in the sun. You don't really get a really restful sleep, but your mind's racing and you're sweating and maybe a little bit anxiety ridden, but you're still sleeping, but it's not a restful sleep.
That's what I love about the desert. And I was born and raised in like a forest, river, valley kind of situation. To me, the desert environment is very strange. And I've been living in LA, desert adjacent, for like 12 years now. And my first couple trips to the desert were like, wow, it really, like there's a mental fever that the heat brings out in you. And it's stressful, but
yeah, the Midwest desert is unique.
It's also kind of like as stressful and like physically, taxing as it is, it does burn something out of you.
Oh yeah.
In a healing kind of way.
Yeah. This isn't even like a healing thing. This is very much that feeling when you're at a festival, and you had maybe a little bit too much to drink and you're like, okay, I need to take a second so I can get through the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. It's only 2 p.m. and I'm already hammered.
Yeah.
And so you take that weird nap in the sun where your mind just kind of collapses in on itself.
Uh-huh.
And then you bounce right back and you're like, okay, no, I'm good to go. This is the soundtrack for that nap, for that period of just your mind is cut loose and it's doing some weird things in the sun.
Oh my God. We're still in springtime, you guys, but summer is just around the corner. And it's going to be a hot one this year. It hasn't rained a whole lot, so get ready to take a nap in the sun.
This is Nap in the Sun. Well, no, in this one it climaxes into this massive screaming at the end of it. Yeah. And again, the song kind of about nothing. What I'm screaming is, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. And then the song just ends. It's like, okay, that's it.
That's like the worst feeling when I'm talking to someone. She's like, bubbly, 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 blah, 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 blah.
And I'm spent.
Does that happen to you? My social battery, I've noticed my social battery is like on it for 2 hours and then it drains completely.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my social battery is, but it's freaking wonky. Like sometimes it's like, it's too charged, and that's the problem. Sometimes I have no energy and no interest at all, and that's the problem. I haven't found the happy medium with things like that. I don't know.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed about my social battery, it helps me a lot. Like I like to compare spontaneous versus flexible behavior. Like someone's spontaneous is like, hey, you just want to hang out with friends. I usually don't.
Yeah.
It's too like I want to be able to wrap my head around what I do. I want to be able to like open my fish and like, oh, yes, it's gonna be like fun to do that because I have hands-on interaction before. You know, that's how we do just of my So that for me is a big one. To just kind of like predetermine what my battery status will be as I go. Because I also have a heart temperature. It's I can't predict it. I'm just walking to something. It's hit or miss, and the price of that is not worth it.
Yeah.
Because I hate pretending.
Yeah. And then there's like weird fallout. You're just like going over the situation over and over again in your head, trying to get one figure it out.
And also, if I have to pretend, it's so like if it's too mentally draining, it becomes physically draining. And like
Yeah. I
also have to go pee.
Oh yeah.
You pay attention to this.
I'll watch it. I think yeah, this song is about 4 minutes.
Okay. Montage of Ocean's 11. Alright. Haha, I love it. This song, I think it's quite good. It's nice.
Suddenly, I am wrong in every way.
Jessica and Carly.
I remember Carly. She's
No,
alright.
no. Carly is Jessica's. You're right. This is Jessica's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's in heaven.
Yeah, exactly. And Emmy and her cousin Emmy. They're really sweet people. I really like them. Very nice. Very
Nice.
friendly.
Nice. Good song, fun stuff. What if we what if we had like a pretend fight?
Bam! Oh.
Fuck, dude. Did you have dinner? I don't want to know. I like chocolate. You gotta put water in orange juice because it tastes better and it's better for you. Less sugar and it's still as hydrating.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. It's called H2 Orange. Look it up.
No.
Look it up.
That is a sin against you, man.
Are you paying attention to the mixer? Because I'm not paying attention.
I think
Sir?
yes. I'm looking at it. This
Are
song
you
is pretty
Are you
consistent.
making fun of me? Are you making fun of H2 Orange?
Yes. It sounds too much like Agent Orange, which is a horrifying moment in American history. I'm not okay with it. Oh my god. No,
It just got dark.
I'm okay with it, but that's the problem. Is that we need to acknowledge it.
Oh my god. I still like
And also
the whole
not be a-
Japanese puppetry.
Not Monsanto.
Oh, not much else.
It's something like Monsanto. It's one of those things. There's no country that has been powered.
Can they hear us? I'd buy a drink from Agent Orange.
Oh my god, you guys hear us, right? Oh yeah, the whole
No!
the whole episode.
Wait, this is supposed to be muted.
Well, turns out the mute button doesn't work.
Did we just talk over all the songs?
Sadly, I am wrong in every way. Sadly, I am
We're trying to
wrong.
mute it on the actual
Nothing to
mic.
say,
The mic
you have
itself has a
nothing
mute
to
button.
say, you have nothing to say.
Well, at least there's that.
I'm positively embarrassed.
Well, I was planning on talking about it anyway. Now you guys all know I have interstitial cystitis. Enjoy that information. It's fun. It's a really fun disease to have.
Oh my god. Pressing it for no reason. The song repeated. Oh shit. Oh shit. Which song? Nap in the Sun.
Nap in the
Okay.
sun. There it was.
Wow, what the fuck? Okay.
All right.
Well, little technical hiccup here. Did we say, you know what? Whatever. We're just
gonna
rolling
move
with
on.
it. Yeah.
I didn't
Double-whammy.
say anything horrifying or embarrassing
I'm not
when
sure
I thought my mic was muted.
what I said.
So we're just gonna move on.
Is there a word for an enjoyable hiccup?
A burp.
I find hiccups enjoyable.
Really? I can't stand hiccups. Like when you get hiccups and they just don't end.
See, the reason why I find hiccups enjoyable is because I never get never-ending hiccups.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the hiccup. I love a good burp. Yeah, I get those hiccups that'll just last forever. Have you guys heard about the guy that had never-ending hiccups and actually died of an anxiety attack because his hiccups never went away?
Wow.
That is a true story.
That's so sad.
I know. Hiccups are no joke. Yeah, right there.
For like 4 years. Oh my god.
There's a guy, yeah, I'm pretty sure he died because of that shit. Or died at least before his hiccups stopped.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Hiccups are no joke, man. I actually have a pretty good trick for getting rid of them. You take a deep breath, hold it for a second. You take, without exhaling, take another deep breath, but don't fill up your lungs completely. Hold it for 5 seconds, and then take one last deep breath, totally expanding your lungs, filling up every little bit you can, and then it's kind of exploding it out. And it's supposed to actually paralyze your diaphragm.
Wait, do it and I'll follow your lead.
Okay. American Charles Osborne had hiccups for 68 years. Oh my God. And was entered into the Guinness World Records as the man with the longest attack of hiccups, an estimated 430 million hiccups. His hiccups stopped in 2009 following surgery. Wow.
Holy shit.
That's wild. That's crazy. Can you imagine? Is that an elective surgery at that point? Does your insurance cover that? I have questions about this.
It better.
Did he have to pay for that out of pocket as a cosmetic elective surgery?
Oh my God. I want to know now.
That's crazy. Can you imagine? 68 years. What the hell was wrong with him? He was one away from 69. And he stopped? Shame. Shame.
Oh, it's a 69 joke. Why do they never get old?
We all knew what he had to do, and he didn't do it. That's on him. That's on that guy.
Well, Charles Osborne, you fucked up. Mr. Hiccup is an Italian-Swiss animated series of 39 episodes created by Italtos Corporation in 1983. The series focuses on the life of Mr. Hiccup, who is a little man with a normal life, a normal job, a normal home, and one not-so-normal problem, chronic hiccups.
Oh, man.
In every episode, he tries a new thing to lose his hiccups, but always fails.
Brutal. That's
Yikes. I usually just eat some food.
Really?
But I also just like to eat food.
There you go. Yeah, I used to be a big fan of the drinking upside down thing.
I could never learn how to make a handstand, so that was just...
Yeah, that's a trick. I would always do it on a headstand. We had a big high chaired couch as a kid, so I would put all my weight on my head and flip upside down on it and drink water, which...
That sounds terrible.
It is. The water gets up. I'm pretty sure it's one of those experiences where your body is freaking out because it thinks it's drowning. So it's like, no. Everyone else stop. We're drowning. We need to figure this out. Hiccups, not time for you right now.
Oh my God.
I think that's the theory. Yeah, that's the problem. Is I would drink upside down, the water would pour into my nose, and it would become this horrifying waterboarding experience. But it would end the hiccups.
But then you had a traumatizing waterboarding experience.
Yeah, but it was self-inflicted, so
that makes it better.
Yeah, there's some real truth to that. If you're the one administering pain, it's not as traumatic. It's just not.
Can I tell you a joke?
Yes.
Why was the ocean salty?
Because... Why was the ocean salty? The ocean was salty because the sand kept getting in its crack. Damn it, I thought that was good. Okay, what is it?
The ocean wished the sand was getting in its crack. But the ocean was salty because the land didn't wave back.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Totally unrelated.
That's pretty good.
I just felt the half-drunk urge to tell this joke on camera.
I've been watching, in my quarantine bubble of insanity, I've been watching a lot of videos on quantum physics and the nature of our reality and existence.
Did we talk about that recently?
Maybe.
We touched on quantum physics, and there's a new thing they found out that... Well, there's two things I recently... There's this new particle they discovered the muon.
Oh my
or
goodness.
what
Yeah,
what's it
I've
called?
been reading about that. I am trying to wrap my head around it. I am a layman with this stuff, and admittedly, the entirety of my education is in the arts. All of my schooling is art related, but I am endlessly fascinated with the universe and our existence in it, and I love reading about the newest discoveries in physics and quantum physics. I've been trying to read about that one. That I can't wrap my head around that. That is
I was
wild.
in the weird position to always
Yeah.
be like an artistic person, but I went to a high school with like a very, very strong, well-known focus on science. So I had all these like crazy science majors that I found fascinating, but also sucked at.
Yeah, I'm the freaking opposite. I went to a fucking Waldorf school for high school. All focus on the arts, no focus on practical anything.
Did you make a nice bike tee?
I knitted a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay, go.
I can bang you out a bowl from a sheet of brass that would make your grandfather weep. It is gorgeous. It is stunning.
How often do you use these skill sets today?
Never. And my high school did not have a single classroom with a computer in it. So, and we had eurythmy, which I don't know if you've heard of eurythmy. This was in lieu of physical education. We had something called eurythmy. This was poetry and music in motion. It consisted of a teacher standing in front of a class reading either a piece of poetry or playing a piece of music. And every note, every tonality, every sound has a specific hand gesture, hand move. For example, that's the motion for F. So if I were to say fire, I would go fire. Fire.
Wait, can we do it in tandem?
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, no, fuck this class. You're damn skippy right.
How we do fuck this class?
So you is a both hands down like this, drawing into yourself. You, and then a CK sound is a hard crossing outward. So you would do a fuck this class is how you would do that. So imagine you're in high school. You're struggling to figure out your testosterone, all of your hormones, your puberty is running rampant.
Oh no.
And you have a teacher who is able to write with his feet in mirror, sit in front of you in a long flowing silk robe and explain to you how you need to wear this silk robe. You need to walk toe heel so it looks like you're gliding beneath the robe. And this was the wild thing. At a Waldorf school, at a Highland Hall, a Waldorf school, the kids buy into this shit. There's only ever 100 kids in the high school at any given time. So if you're admitted to Highland Hall, to a Waldorf school, you're special. You're a cool kid. So you buy into that shit 100%. And we're all sitting there and we want to laugh so badly. All of us want to laugh at our friend moving across the floor. But no.
We're special, right?
I'm a Waldorf student. I'm not subject to my puberty. I don't buy into this stuff. It's shenanigans. It's absolute shenanigans. It would have been so much healthier for us to just rip our friends to shreds, because that would have been socially growing. I wouldn't be the sensitive social flower that I am now if I had kids that were allowed to rip into me in high school for wearing a silk robe and dancing out the fucking poems. Fuck it. Unbelievable. So yeah, that's Waldorf education for you. Shenanigans.
But now we could share the fuck you dance with the Twitch chat.
Oh my goodness.
So maybe it was all worth it, right? Twitch chat?
For that, wow. That, yeah. Exact opposite, Nick. Exact opposite.
We're in the chat. Man, I want to talk to you about high school. I had the exact opposite experience. I had 4,000 student high school.
I had 26 kids in my graduating class. no joke, I had classes where it was me and 3 other students. My Spanish class, because it was an elective, was me and 3 other fucking students.
gosh.
And still, our teacher was totally checked out. It was so easy to cheat. You know which teachers were stoned all the time because they just reeked of pot. And you know, my dad's a hippie, my mom's a hippie. I know what the fuck pot smells like. That's no mystery to me. I knew exactly which teachers were stoned during class. All of them. Every single fucking one. Nightmare. Great for lower school. I will say this. Waldorf education is great for elementary school. It's decent, I think, for middle school. For high school kids, it's a nightmare.
My little brother is in elementary school right now for elementary Waldorf school.
Yeah.
And I think that's really great.
I think it's great.
Because, you know, it's like so much about like friendship and being together and blah, blah.
The Waldorf curriculum.
Perfect for pre-puberty.
Exactly.
I have a lot of friends in Germany where I'm from who went to high school at Waldorf. Come on, camera. There it is. There, leave us also again. And they struggle. They struggle. What are you doing?
I was just reading one of those comments from Nick that we had a teacher get fired because his kids had sex in class while he was asleep.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like part of me, I get caught in this like interesting struggle where like I feel like I was let down a little bit by my teachers in high school. I also have nothing but respect for high school teachers because Lord knows I wouldn't want to be around people of that age.
Teenagers are terrible.
They are the worst.
The most terrible people of them all.
Yeah, and it's like you have to be a true saint to do that. To understand that those are kids, they are not adults. They look like adults, but they are not. And they are going through some unbelievable hormone imbalances. And they are trying to figure some shit out.
They're basically insane.
They're obstinate. They want to fight. That like you have to be an absolute saint to do that. And so I don't want to blame my teachers. I understand they had a tough task in front of them, but I can't help but feel like they dropped the ball a little bit. Like that was a small school, small classes.
I mean, I can confirm that for you.
Yeah.
From an outsider perspective,
they were checked out. They were checked out, and they weren't big classes. Like that was.
Anyways,
yeah.
Let us transition to our next musical experience, which I think is a little bit more on the like peppier side, right? Giles Corey.
That's a great story, Nick.
Oh, what do we got here? Talk about cheating in class, Gaia. I wrote an original story in English, and the teacher flunked me for plagiarism. I didn't
plagiarize,
so I literally copied word for word
an anime
and got an A+ as my replacement final. What the fuck?
Yeah, I believe it. And yes,
the follow-up comment
to Tarzan, private school teachers are just as fucking checked out as public school teachers. I got sent to a private school because I mastered in falling in between the cracks in public school. So my parents pulled me out of a public school and sent me to a frickin' Waldorf school. It was just as easy to fall in between the cracks. There was no difference.
You know, I feel like between the two experiences that we have, Gaia's experience and Nick's experience, I kind of fall in the middle. Smaller school, really focused, and we had a mixed bag of teachers too. We had some really dedicated people, and we had some alcoholics, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You get the whole thing. And then we had this one teacher, we're pretty sure that he was watching porn while we were in class.
That's horrible. That's horrible. That's so that's not okay at all.
Oh, here we have a questions. You love physics. Have you seen any good documentaries, Gaia?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, absolutely. As far as physics is concerned, I've been getting really into, and I know it's a pretty obvious resource that everyone knows about, but me being a bit of a technophobe, I'm just starting to really dive into it. YouTube I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's a website where people upload videos and share them with the world, and it's they have a lot of
Only
content.
for cats and babies.
No, pretty much everything across the board. Lots of content. I love TED Talks, and TED has a channel called I think it's TED Education.
Did you see the TED Talk about how to do a TED Talk without any content?
No. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out. But I've been getting really into the TED Ed videos, and then those led me down an interesting rabbit hole of just moral philosophy, which I've been getting really into recently because I'm always a little bit obsessed with right and wrong, and you know, I think we all do this. We see people doing something, and you're like, that's wrong. And then just doing that over and over again, I was like, well, what does that even mean? What is wrong and what is right? Is there even a universal right? Is there a universal wrong? And moral ethics is just an unbelievably deep field of philosophy where they dive into that, and it is some dense stuff. Yeah, so you would know, Nick. Like it is some dense stuff, and it's like Kantianism, and there's so many things about. You
gotta read the comment for the.
Oh yeah, Nick just finished philosophy 301 last semester, and it's like you're probably more versed in me on this. I'm just like kind of blindly fondling through philosophy, and as like something, you know, triggers my interest, I'll dive into it. So I started with a philosophy 101 book, just kind of a moral philosophy 101 book, just kind of going over the basics of it all. And then I got really into this guy. Camus, who's a more recent philosopher, and his philosophy was absurdism, and what I read was an article that he wrote called "The Myth of Sisyphus," which Sisyphus is the Greek myth of the guy that just has to he's punished by Zeus, and so he has to push the boulder up the hill endlessly.
That's him.
It gets to the top of the hill, it rolls itself right back down. What Camus
it's the essence of a futile project.
Exactly. What Camus was talking about is that life is meaningless, and I think and this is one of the things that's really interesting to me. You know, just studying not studying, but you know, looking at physics and looking at science, and I'm interested in that stuff. It seems like there might not be a meaning to our existence. We might just be a random happenstance. We might just be this random biological occurrence that occurred in this random corner of the galaxy. And life is, I think, is common throughout the universe, but intelligent life might be shockingly rare. And we might really just be this anomalous event that just popped up out of nowhere. We're also completely hardwired biologically to search for meaning in everything. It's one of the reasons we are what we are as a species, is because we look at things and go, there is a greater meaning behind that. You know, we invent this concept of a God to give meaning to things. And the more we discover and look into things, we're always trying to find, what is that greater meaning? What Camus said was, there might not be a greater meaning. This might all just be random fucking shit, and we're hardwired to search for meaning in a meaningless existence. So we're constantly going to be frustrated. We're constantly going to be confused. And we're constantly going to be scared. So what you have to do is imagine yourself as Sisyphus. Imagine yourself as this character constantly pushing this boulder up the hill, but enjoying themselves. Finding the love in that. And that goes counter to nihilism, which is it's hard not to fall into. It's a similar idea. If life is meaningless, then we're bound to search for meaning in life. And if every different group thinks that their meaning is significant, and the other meaning and another group's meaning isn't significant, and we're going to go to war over each other's different meanings of existence, what's the point?
Which is what the majority of groups of people are doing.
We've done that throughout humanity because we all think our meaning for existence is the right one.
Yeah. Hence we have religious wars, race wars,
political wars. Like it all comes down to the fact that I think I'm right and I know you're wrong. And what what Camus said is, I might be right, you might be right, we don't know. Let's make sure we have a good time together. Nihilism says, I think I'm right, and I'm always going to think I'm right. You think you're right, and you always think you're going to be right. We're never going to agree. So just fuck it.
Yeah.
What the hell's the point? And it's hard to not fall into that trap. I'll be very honest. It's really hard not to, because you look out and that's, especially in our modern society, that's blatantly obvious.
Wait, which trap is not? Is
Nihilism.
Oh.
Falling into the trap of that person's always going to believe that they're right. The conservatives are always going to believe that they're right, and liberals are trying to destroy the country. Liberals are always going to believe that they're right, and that conservatives are trying to destroy the country. And it creates this differing view.
It's push-pull effect.
Exactly. And so I'm always convinced they're the enemy, they're against me. That's not. And so a nihilist would say, well, then what's the fucking point? They're always going to believe that. Evangelicals are always going to believe that what they're going to believe. Muslims are always going to believe what they're going to believe. Me as a capitalist, I'm always going to believe what I'm going to believe. We're never going to agree. Life is always going to be a struggle. Humans are always going to butt heads. There's no point to any of it. Camus and absurdism acknowledges that, but says the one thing that gives meaning to our life is that we are all here together. What we can do, and acknowledging that we're all going to come up with different meanings for what this is just create and try to make life better for all of us. And so it's an idea of getting away from tribalism and creating an actual community.
I forgot which philosopher it is. I think it's some French guy, but he had. If you in your 101, have you read about the concept of the greater good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I missed what you said. I was diving into the comments because I am just dipping my toes into this. I am not.
Yeah.
This is all very new to me. I'm very excited about it, and so I'm talking about it like I know more than I do. I'm very much a layman in this stuff. So if you guys have anything that you think I should be reading, please, because I am very much absorbing that stuff right now, and I'm really interested in that.
I think what I resonate the most with what you just said is, from my perspective as, like coming from Europe, having been raised with European philosophy, like a continent that's very dense with a lot of cultures that have been at war with each other for a long time.
More of a melting pot.
More of a melting pot, and also like the concept of the greater good.
Mm.
You may see that as however you want to, but in the end, like the whole purpose of the European Union is to find like the common ground between all of us, and we learn the language of our neighbors, yada yada. There's a lot of bridge building and connection making, and I think the disadvantage of the USA is that it's this one big continent that's very big. People are very separated from each other.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of neighboring countries that speak a different language.
Mm-hmm.
And in the political system, there's only two parties.
Yeah.
So you're always bound to be attached to one of them. And that leaves you with this, with this mindset that if I am, for them, whether I wholeheartedly agree with what they want or not, it means that the other party can't win.
Yeah.
Which, to me, it's
tribalism.
It's tribalism, and this I learned there's a word for it. It's called a duopoly.
Oh,
there's a monopoly, like one ruling entity, and then there's a duopoly.
Yeah.
Duopoly. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, which is two ruling entities.
Mm.
And my deepest wish for the American people for a long time has been to just have more voting options.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I don't agree with them, they can be dipshit. But just to, put the pressure on blue and red to actually, reevaluate what they're doing.
Yeah.
How they've been acting.
I'm with you, and I think most people would agree with you that the two-party system in America, I think conservatives and liberals would agree, the two-party system is flawed. That doesn't represent our views entirely. We're pigeonholed into picking someone that we might not have picked otherwise because they have the big D or they have the big R. It's a really interesting thing, and I struggle with it, and yeah, it's a challenge. I was watching something today that they were. I'm not sold on the whole democracy thing.
Interesting.
And I think it was Socrates. I'm forgetting exactly who it was that I was reading today, but they were saying it was because democracy is very much credited to the Greeks, and it's considered this Greeks created democracy and they created philosophy.
Was it like the Council of Athens or something?
Yeah. Socrates, I'm pretty sure, and please, if someone knows if I'm mistaken about who this was, he was anti-democracy. He looked at it and he said, "Yeah, no, I'm not on board with that. I think that if people are going to vote and have a voice, they have to show that they are educated and show that they know about the subjects. Because if the example that he used, and this is what really hit home with me, is if you have two candidates on the stage, one of them's a doctor and one of them is a candy salesman. The candy salesman is going to tell you, I have got sweets, I have got treats, and I am going to give you a feast that you cannot imagine. This guy, he's going to take that feast away from you. He's going to take the sweets away from you, and he's going to make you take bitter things that you don't like the way they taste. It's going to be terrible. And then they'll turn to the doctor, and he'll have to acknowledge, yeah, no, I am going to take your sweets away from you. I am going to take the treats away from you, and I am going to give you something that's bitter, but it's good for you. The people are going to vote for the fucking candy salesman every time. That's the problem with democracy, is that you promise something, and it's people want what's not good for them. And so I don't know. This is just something I'm very much. I understand democracy might be the right answer. It's an interesting perspective, though, to consider that democracy might not be the right answer. There might be like an educated democracy that is the right answer.
It's
I don't pretend to have the answers at all. This is just stuff that I'm thinking about, and
I've been thinking about similar things, and basically, just to hone it down on one sentence, it's been interesting to realize that we live in a time where we are rethinking our holy grail, which has been democracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
and I don't want to hint at any, like, I think this on XYZ would be better. Like, I have no answer.
No, but you're right. Like, there's certain it's hard. One of the problems with the way discourse is now, there's certain things that just the word is so weighted, like socialism and democracy. You can't have an intelligent discussion about it because they're viewed as just that, like, socialism is bad. End of conversation.
It puts you in a corner.
Yeah, democracy is great, and that person said they don't like democracy. Instantly disregard everything that they said. That is a fascist. And as someone that actually
toxic,
that wants to consider these things and discuss the merit of them, you're left kind of flabbergasted, where it's like, I actually like democracy, but I want to discuss it and see.
There should always be room for constructive criticism.
One of the things that I'm really kind of fixated and focused on right now is I very much feel, and I know I'm not the only one, I think it's pretty obvious, I think lots of people feel this way, we're in a transition of periods. The buzzword should just be like atoms, they're like building blocks, but not these stunted. Exactly. Language is flawed to begin with. We should always be able to discuss the merits and the semantics of what a word means.
And we should be able to acknowledge that language, like anything else that humans have created, is evolving.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
So socialism, when the word was created, I'm not sure, is it Latin, is it Greek? I don't know. But if you look at it, it has a different meaning than when I say to you today, oh, socialism.
Mm-hmm.
It means something different now, and people react to it differently.
Oh, yeah.
So words and meaning evolve too, and their place in society. And you might constantly find yourself facing someone who doesn't have the same perception of a word as you do, and is not ready, willing, and able to find that common ground.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. Like, I'm not claiming I'm an intellectual by any means, but like
I didn't mean no, like, no, you're not.
It's fine. I want to discuss these things, and it's frustrating when you bring something up when they just have this baseline black and white belief about things. Because I mean, I think we like it's one of the beautiful things about getting older is you realize nothing's black and white. Everything is these shades of fucking gray, and it all just depends on perspective.
Yeah.
I like to think of life and existence as this room full of interconnected pulleys, and you think you can pull one without affecting the other, but you can't. They're all connected. It's chaos theory. It's a butterfly flaps its wings. You have no idea the effect that it's going to have on the other side of the planet. Life in existence is massively complicated, and we are flawed vessels as far as interpreting. We can't even see the whole light spectrum. We have a very limited exposure to reality. We should be very open and willing to adjust our view of it as we learn new things. So and especially now, I feel like right now, specifically this era of time, we're transitioning into a new era. There's a new technology that has changed the game completely.
We now have a hive mind.
Yeah.
We've never had a hive mind
Yeah.
before.
The internet it's changed it completely. And I feel like it's a fool's errand to try to adjust our society to adopt, like our what we have as a current society before, to adjust that, to adopt to this new technology. I feel like it would be, because, and I'm going to get into some like hippy-dippy esoteric stuff here. Society is an invention of humanity. That is not a real thing. These are rules that we have created for each other to interact better. We can change them. Money is not real. That is an invention of man. We can change these things.
Show that to my bank account.
We can put pauses on these things. And so I get really frustrated when I look at this is a new era. There is new technology. The way like freedom of speech, that's a beautiful thing. We need to re-examine that. With Twitter and social media, speech is not the same as it used to be, and there needs to be new rules governing it. Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. That was great when we were all just speaking. Now in my bed at home with my cell phone can reach millions of people without ever interacting with another human being. That's fucking bonkers. That's crazy. Our society needs to establish new rules.
Have you ever heard of that Twitter AI? I might butcher this, but there was this AI that they gave it a Twitter account, and how did it work? I think they fed it like all the tweets of like a certain time frame, and then gave it a character based on that, and had it post tweets based on this like human perception it got from all the tweets.
From like a very specific window in time.
I think so. It was
Okay.
either that or all tweets posted in, the English language up to that point.
Okay.
Basically, what they got was a cute teenage girl who was really into killing all humans.
That's amazing. I love that so much. That's so great. Yeah, I'm not pretending to have answers. These are just things that I think about and plague me, and I worry about, and it's frustrating because I feel like I can't have this conversation with most people. If I bring up the fact that I question whether or not freedom of speech should be re-examined in the 21st century, I'm instantly labeled a fascist, a crazy person. You're trying to silence everyone. If I say maybe democracy isn't the best thing with the current state of education in this country, I'm instantly labeled a fascist. Which I'm not saying that's the right answer, but that needs to be available to discussion.
Yeah, and I feel like especially in our age range, there has been this really strong need to put a label on everything, to diagnose everything.
Yeah.
To put it in its box in an attempt to catapult ourselves to a new level, but more than often it's more restrictive than beneficial.
Yeah.
I've found.
Nick just commented they taught the AI Twitter and it became racist in like 10 minutes.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm not surprised. Like it's so funny.
Yeah. Humans were so great.
But I mean it's the pulley thing. It's the room and the pulley. It's so much more complicated than that. Like this is we're experiencing social interaction when you're actually by yourself for the first time. You can interact with a human without actually being with another human. So the thing that you're projecting out to interact with other people, you never would have done that if you were actually with other people. But you're going to do that now because you're in the safety of your own home, and you don't have to look that person in the face. You don't have to see their physical response to it. You don't have to see their emotional response to it. You can do that and we all fall into this trap, that kind of high and mighty thing of just like, well, fuck them. I'm just going to say what I want to say because they need to hear it.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
No.
That's not a healthy mindset. That's not a communal mindset. And we're all way too quick to fall into that because of social media. And so there's this new interesting interaction between humans that didn't exist before. I mean, maybe it existed in like pen pals. Maybe like there's this interesting history of like
use of trolling pen
like
pals.
really bitchy pen pals. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, I've been a lot
Yeah,
on.
well said. Now, once you hear the sounds, you don't even actually reach out to communicate with people. Yeah, it's wild stuff.
Once you hear the sounds, what does that mean?
Once you hear the sounds, you don't even actually reach out to communicate with people. I mean, feel free to chime in, Nick, if you want to correct me. But I like there's this is a bit of another one of my kind of hippy dippy feelings. When we communicate, we're releasing sound waves into the air, and there's some pseudoscience stuff behind it. A lot of it's been discredited and disproven, but I do believe that the wavelengths that we release have a physical effect on the world. And that's something that gets lost when you stop communicating with people face to face. You're not actually receiving the wavelengths of their audio. And there might actually be a physical disconnect there that we're not even understanding yet.
Could it be that, or just pheromones?
There's so many layers to things.
Like a close human projection.
Yeah. Feeling the heat off of another human, the smells of another human. There's so many things that go into communication that we don't consider because we think it's all verbal. It's not all verbal.
Yeah, and it all gets stripped away with social media. You have like this condensed version on a tiny screen, and you just consume it, and you like it and you dislike it, and it's intoxicating because it makes you feel like you're in charge, you're in power, in control. You're allowed to say things that you would never say to a person. Yeah,
exactly. And I struggle with it because I want to have these conversations with people. I want our society to be able to have these conversations. I want discourse to become more intelligent, less combative, and less like I try to be pretty diverse in my news feeds. You know, like I check MSNBC, I check CNN, I check BBC, and I check Fox News every morning to try and get a pretty decent picture of the left, right, and center. I used to have Newsmax on that, but I just got so angry reading Newsmax every morning where it's like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Like, how can you misconstrue the news so blatantly? It's unbelievable.
I got on the Breitbart news outlet when I caught wind that that's a thing now. Yeah. I think I read one article about why women should drop out of science college. It's like, okay, goodbye now.
I know.
It's terrible.
It's insane. It's horrible. I picked up to do the last Sunspace Presents. I made a bunch of paper mache things for it. So I just went to the market and I grabbed the two newspapers on the top of the rack. I grabbed the New York Times, and the one right below that was the Epoch Times. I never read the Epoch Times. What a fucking train wreck that shit is, man. The thing that got it's a super conservative paper. They are not biased. They're completely unbiased. They lie through their teeth. The thing that got me really upset though, because that's just the nature of media now. Everyone is extremist. Everyone wants to blow everything out of proportion because it's entertainment media. It's really frustrating. I'm used to it. The thing that got me really upset about the Epoch Times is they had this list on the front page about why you should be subscribing to the Epoch Times. Number one bullet point. We are unbiased. This is fair media measured from both sources. Number two, We are anti-socialism. Turns out 40% of people under the age of 30 have a positive view of socialism. We are here to combat that. Those point 1 and point 2 contradict each other. If you are anti-socialism, you are not unbiased. Those aren't the same thing. And it's this maddening, where it's just there's this level of lying that has just become acceptable in our society that I just can't handle.
Downright maddening.
It's downright maddening. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And especially as someone that holds their values pretty dear, you know. I've gone my whole life practicing a certain set of moral values. You don't be rude to people that you first meet. You are nice to someone. Even if you don't necessarily agree with them, you're going to be nice to them. Don't burn bridges. Don't be rude. But then you look out in our society and you see the people that are succeeding. They are rude. They burn bridges. They are insulting. They hoard wealth in horrifying ways. It's a struggle because our society seems to reward the wrong behavior. So how are we supposed to progress as a society when sociopaths are the ones that are going to make it the furthest in business? That's a huge problem with capitalism.
Yeah.
And that needs to be addressed. There's a reason why our generation and the generation below us have a favorable view of socialism. It's because capitalism has been a fuck all and has screwed us over.
Badly.
Really badly. It's a really shitty situation.
We should transition to our next song now. Which I can't remember. Did we play the Giles Corey already?
Just to respond to what Nick said right here, this is kind of exactly what I'm talking. I think the one thing that I still struggle with is if there are those people who are rude, burn bridges, etc., but yet life still goes on for them. If not even rewards them for doing so, it's bonkers. There doesn't seem to be any consequences for those actions, which is, this is kind of a tangent, but I think that's one of the reasons why cancel culture has become a prevalent thing, and I think that's why conservatives are so anti-cancel culture. It's because we as a society have started to go, okay, there needs to be consequences for these things. Just a thought. A thought.
Yeah, cancel culture is a thing that definitely deserves its own segment.
Yeah. So Giles Corey. This is a song about one of the few men that was burned as a witch during the Salem witch trials, which is kind of a classic example of.
He got canceled.
He got canceled.
All right. So why did you choose to write a song about Giles Corey? The first male burned, executed witch.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't burned. He was executed. A lot of people, there's different approaches to songwriting. Some people write lyrics first and then write the music afterwards. I am not a lyricist first at all. I write the music first. I find something like, you know, a lick, a beat, something that I'm enjoying, and then listen to it and try to figure out, okay, what does this make me feel? What does this make me think? What am I getting from this? And this song, once I was listening back to it, it felt very burn the witchy. I don't know how else to phrase it. It felt like this is a song about people getting persecuted for things that they should not be persecuted for. And it was also at the peak of Trumpism and really struggling with how people could latch on to someone that seemed to be so counter to everything that I thought life should be about. So it was just, I got kind of interested in other moments of American history where shit looked like it just, wow, we're never going to get out of this. This is horrible. And the Salem witch trials are one of those moments where that was bad. That was bad. That was humans misbehaving on a really, really high level.
That was some next level
That was some next level shit. And so Giles Corey himself, total piece of shit. Not a good human being at all. He was a slave owner. He put his slaves to death for very non-serious things. This is not a song glorifying him in any way. It's just using him as an example things that kind of blind spots in society. How someone like that can be viewed as a victim when they shouldn't have been. That guy should have been a monster, and society should view him as a monster.
And the reason why they viewed him as a monster wasn't even because of his actual monstrosities that he committed as a slave owner.
That's right.
But because of some dumb
Because of an association with his wife.
bullshit.
A child said his wife was a practicing witch.
Ugh.
And he refused to turn her in.
All right, let's give it a listen.
Silliness.
And this time, we're going to turn the mic off. So you can just enjoy the music.
Always up, I am always down. Truth is always praised, but it's never around. Coinciding gaze, it fills with rage. Cause I'm not gonna give in to you. You'll hear me calling out for more. Give me more. Down life, hey, can't be all that's on your mind. I am always up, I am always down. Truth is always praised, but it's never around. Coinciding gaze, it fills with rage. Cause I'm not gonna give in to you. You'll hear me calling out for more. Always up, I am always down.
Faint banter.
But it's never around. Coinciding gaze, it feels with rage. Cause I'm not gonna give in to you. You'll hear me calling out for more.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh,
I struggle with it. It's anytime someone tries to blame someone else, it's an easy go. It's a cop out. That's the thing that I like about getting older, is that you realize, no, they're massively complicated. There might not even be a right answer to anything. Everything might have like shades of gray. It might be this massively complicated
You know,
thing.
the one thing that helped me a lot was just
Small town life, hey, can't be all the time. I am always up, I am always down. Truth is always praised, but it's never around. Silent gaze, it feels with rage. Cause I'm not gonna give in to you. You'll hear me calling out for more.
No,
it's just as multifaceted. Like, why embrace chaos as the one true state of being that encompasses all states of being? Finding my way out of this and people who are willing to live this is fine.
I struggle. I worry about. And yes, it's I worry about the future of our species, you know.
I'm okay with the dolphin people being next up in line, honestly.
I hear you. Part of me worry. This is the. There's some actually like dolphins are very intelligent.
Or chimpanzees, you know.
Yeah, chimpanzees are very intelligent. Humans, what we've developed with language is genuinely unique.
But here's the thing. Other animals have language too.
Nowhere near on the level that we have.
Because we have the time to develop it. But dolphins have made individual
They use pronouns, and they have a functioning language. They've been around just as long as we have, and they've been around in species just as long as we have in the ocean. They haven't developed language near on the level that we have. So this is actually a really interesting thing, because humans are so fascinated with, you know, if an alien species were ever in contact with us, how would we communicate with them? The closest thing that we have access to an intelligent alien species that we can communicate with are dolphins. NASA's actually spent millions of dollars on studies trying to communicate with dolphins. They can't. They can't. They can get across basic things like food, ball, do that. Philosophy, actually discuss things that you would want to discuss with another intelligent species to learn what their interpretation was of these things. It's not like we haven't tried. We've made some amazing discoveries about dolphin language. For example, dolphins communicate almost more through bubbles than they do through sounds. And that, I mean, and you think about it, like, no, but that's also the thing, is because we've developed verbal language. And it was actually something that your last guest was talking about. They were talking about how we abandoned physical communication because Alexander Bell had this weird fixation on verbal language, and all physical language should be stopped. We kind of abandoned it. So it's a bright spot to us, and we don't know that it's not on the same level of human communication. You never see like dolphins can communicate with a single long term, and they can call each other. As far as we know now, and I'm going to be very quick to say that we might be totally wrong. We haven't seen dolphins like just doing this. Just two dolphins sitting and just pontificating. Just like it's a uniquely human thing, and our brains have developed because of it. It's I don't know, I forget exactly why we got on this game.
We were talking shit.
Yeah.
Should we steal the mixer from it?
Will you say that
song looping?
They're all looping.
But in the maze of justice, baby,
I said it all.
killed more than I could ever do. I am always up, I am always down.
I wonder if
There's always
it's
praise,
people like,
but it's never
hey, that's why
wrong.
only a studio is better than
Silent
Streamlabs.
gaze, it fills with rage, 'cause I'm not gonna give in to you. You'll hear me calling out
Yeah.
for more. Give me more.
I'm gonna drink a little bit more of my ice cube. Nick's still dancing. I was dancing. I bought concert tickets in October.
Oh, what are you gonna say?
Highland.
I'm the man you love to hate.
Oh,
Baby,
there.
I deserve it sometimes.
I can only dance in text, not in real life.
The maze,
Come on, everybody can do
they
this.
can't be all
That's
the
one of the
time.
greatest things ever right there.
I am always up,
Natural anthem.
I am always
Oh, yeah.
down.
Have you
There's always praise,
Let's dance like
but
those
it's
little
never
squishies.
around.
This is hope.
Silent
Click,
gaze, it
click,
fills with
click,
rage.
click.
'Cause I'm not gonna
There's a,
give in to you. You'll hear me calling out for more.
This is it's called Round Ball Rock. It's the TNT theme song for the NBA.
Round ball rock.
No lyrics. It's just
It's a bomb with a fuse.
yeah, that's not how it goes. But what the hell did you want to say? The guy that wrote the song is the well-known composer. Almost all of the songs are chickens. And he did a concert at Red Rocks. And he was playing these like it's like the themes for USA Today in front of massive amounts of people, and people just like freaking out. He's like, "You guys ever watch the NBA on TNT?" Here's a little track I wrote.
Oh, the song.
There we go.
Hi, we're back. We're totally paying attention to this thing that we're bringing you today. What did you think about the song?
Oh yeah,
Salem Witch Trials.
Salem witch trials, heady stuff, intense stuff. Yeah, I kind of said all there was to say about it.
Okay.
Giles
Okay.
Corey, piece of shit,
Copy that.
but interesting piece of U.S. history right there. Fun to look into.
I like it.
Yeah. The last song I've got for y'all is
The last song.
the last song. This is from the first album. I think this is my favorite one from the first album. This is had some people in my life that were talking some shit, and I wasn't having it because I don't know if you picked up on the vibe I'm putting out here, but it's very much I don't know, but I want to learn because life's confusing, life's crazy. I want to take it all in, and I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, see this?
I don't
Like,
know.
Super accepting.
I don't know.
Accepting.
Yeah.
But there's also like a healthy boundary, so you know, don't you be like
That's right.
shooting shit at
That's
it.
right. Don't come at me because you think you know. Because I know you don't know. No one knows. That's the point. None of us know. We're all stupid. Every single one of us. I'm stupid. You're stupid. We're all stupid. We just think we're really smart. And it's fun. Let's lean into that egotistical dementia a little bit, But don't come at me and tell me that you know what's going on when I know damn well you don't know what's going on.
Gaia. I know what's going on.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
No, you don't. And the fact that you tell me you know what's going on makes me know you don't know what's going on.
I
Because
know
the
what's
only
going
person
on.
that knows what's going on is the person that tells you they don't know what's going on. And that doesn't mean that I know what's going on, because I sure as hell don't know what's going on.
Oh, now
But
you're
maybe
just
I do.
saying that you do know what's going on because
It's-
you just said you don't know what's going on.
I'm a fan of circular logic.
I see.
I'm a fan of circular logic, and that is a big old circular logic cow pie right there. But no, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But that's the beauty of life. None of us should. We should all never pretend to know what's going on. Absorb it, because you're constantly going to be amazed and surprised with what this world has in store, with what reality has in store. Look into quantum physics, man. It's crazy. Look up the two-slit experiment. That shit'll blow your frickin' mind. It makes no sense, but it's real. It's true. Particles and waves? The same thing? What?
Ladies and gentlemen,
What?
I present to you Loose Tongue by the Easy Machine.
A song about the two-slit experiment. Not really, but yeah.
You know, I liked it better when we thought the mic was muted because I felt like I could freely talk shit. Now I don't know what they heard. This next song is how we want to talk some shit. I feel like that's what we've been doing during every song.
Yeah. This song is about Loose Tongue's wagon, and I have no patience for
Like
it.
this?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Loose tongue, little fella, yeah. I stitch you up, but you never came less. I just can't believe what you say about
Whoa.
me.
Really fun.
Oh, we will storytell. You wear
I think I
a
have no time for
wearing well. I just can't believe what you say about me. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm on another mind. May seem wrong, but hey, it's done just fine.
At least you don't have to worry about getting it like ridiculous record. It makes this is gonna work. Like it comes like it, and it doesn't come down like, and it curves down like a wave. It's like it's crazy like.
What you say about me? Storytell, you wear us down, but we're wearing well. I know sympathy your time. Do this all again. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm on another mind.
Look at that!
Wrong, but hey, done just fine.
I remember that was how I was like, that's just silly. Like what? Crazy. Crazy. The shape too, it's so impressive.
It's like relaxed.
Yeah,
She's not even trying.
that's the thing.
She's
It's
just
like,
casually like letting her tongue hang out of the mouth.
well, that's the thing. Biologically, your tongue actually runs like all the way down the back of your throat. So like that's what's happening. She's able to relax that muscle and just basically have her tongue just kind of boom, fall out at like a crazy angle.
Done just fine.
We could all do that if we could relax our throats that much.
Is that why when you buy a cow tongue at the butcher,
It's
it's like
huge.
such a thing?
Yeah.
Have you ever had cow tongue?
Yeah.
It's pretty. It depends on the chef.
Well, I had it once.
I've had it once in a restaurant. It was like really good,
Mm,
and then I had it again in a different restaurant. It was really disgusting.
yeah. I had it once and it was way too tough for me. Like the texture was wrong. Like, this isn't right.
Yeah, the text. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Any type of organ meat. How long is the song?
This one goes on for a bit. It has like a whole piano breakdown and everything. That's why you can like choking on your tongue.
Loose tongue, little fella, yeah. I stitch you up, but you never came less. I just can't believe what you say about me.
Yeah.
Storytell,
Sorry, Dad.
wear us down, but wearing well. I just can't
She had
what you say about me. So I've lost my head, yeah, I'm on another mind.
You don't
May
think
seem wrong, but hey, it's all just
I have
fine.
8 tunes. I am the lone male in my family. All women.
That's what we want.
Yep. Bianca, Kiara, Danielle, Erica, Francine, Georgia, Helen, Jenny, Ingrid, Kangaroo, Lancelot, Melanie, Nancy, Orange, Penelope, Quasar, Ramshack. That's all.
Ramshack. She is buck wild. Hey, you should just come out. Just come hang out, have a beer with us.
We're gonna be hanging out soon, man. It's gonna be happening. And you might be saying to yourself, that those were clearly names made up on the spot, and he couldn't come up and he couldn't repeat them. But you'd be wrong, and I will repeat them right now.
Do it.
Apple, barley, carrot, dingo, elephant, Francine, Georgia, Helen, jackal, kangaroo, Lancelot.
You have 2 right so far.
Yeah, they've all been right.
No.
Melanie, Nancy, orangutan.
It was orange.
No, it was
It
orangutan.
was most definitely orange because I chuckled under my breath like, orange.
Well, it's an easy mistake for me to make because my sister orangutan, we called her Orange because, orangutan, orange,
I think you're lying.
No, I'm not at all. Penelope,
I never
Quasar, and Ramshack.
I would say there's like 5 correct names. And the 5 correct names are Kangaroo, Lancelot, Melanie, Quasar,
Yeah,
and
Ramshack.
Ramshack.
Ramshack definitely was. Ramshack definitely came up.
Oh,
both times.
actually, you also said
There was another one.
Danielle.
Jenny. Yeah.
Jenny.
I don't. Yeah.
I said Ingrid.
I'll go through them again. Amsterdam, Barcelona,
Yeah, that's correct.
Congo, Delanor. Delanor. Oh, you're right. Chad.
My dear sister Chad.
Delanor. Eleanor. Fellinor. Gellinor.
Why did
And
I go to your
Fellinor. Gangstar. Happenstance. Jamonin. Jingle Buzz. Happy Ingrid. Jackalope. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's right. Sorry, I missed it. Igloo. Jackalope. Cantankerous. Lemon Wedge. Mister. Yeah, no, not MR. M-I-S-T-E-R. Mister. Nobody. Orangutan. We talked about Mrs. Orangutan. Orange orangutan. You guys know her all. Prickly. Quidlo. And last but not least, pessimist. Oh, hard. Ramshack. Ramshack. Oh, that was Ramshack.
Once you go Ramshack, there we go.
That's her name, and you're not going to convince me it's anything besides Ramshack. It's always been. You might be wrong about the spelling. It's spelled R-A-M space S-H-A-K-E.
I want to see if I try this place.
Ramshack.
Ram.
Yeah, it's
My mind is going to the dark places. Right
it's the Lithuanian. It's Lithuanian. It means one that likes to get nailed in the shack out back.
You said out loud what I was thinking, so I can't even roast you more.
It's old Lithuanian. It's actually a beautiful language.
It's very poetic.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful cottage.
That's right.
More than a shack.
We say shack. We mean chateau. It's quite
It's
fanciful.
making love in the Lithuanian chateau.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That's much more better than getting nailed behind the bar shack.
A Lithuanian
I
chateau
think the song was ending.
or a ram shack.
The song was still going. It was just like going really quiet for a second.
Oh yeah, this one has like a.
The song is almost ending. Okay.
This one has like an outro piece where
Let's listen to it intently.
I say a swear word in it. I don't swear in a lot of my songs.
You up, but you never came less. I just can't believe what you say about me.
Broccoli, shoulder, elbow.
What you say about me?
The 2-hour mark.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have I been rambling for 3 hours? I am sorry, guys. I have not talked to anyone besides my wife for a year and a half, so shit.
You could say underneath that part.
Isn't that the weenus? Or is that the elbow? The Nebo. The only reason we have elbow is because Shakespeare needed a word for line. Not even kidding. There are so many words in the English language that were made up by Shakespeare, so we can have a rhyme. The elbow, before Shakespeare, was just known as the bendy bit. The bendy bit. The bendy bit. And I do think the skin on the outside of your elbow is called the penis. But with a W. I'm gonna look this up because this is one of those things that I have been treating as fact my entire life, and I've never Googled it once. I think so. Weakness. I need to know. Venus is a slang word for the excess or loose skin at the joint of one's elbow, which is technically referred to as olecranal skin.
Wow, don't ever say that to me across the dinner table.
That's nowhere near as exciting as Venus.
I think it's way more insulting. Was it old skin?
Olecranal.
Olecranal skin.
Your olecranal skin is touching the table, and we don't approve of that.
It kind of sounds like you old cranal skin.
Right.
Which sounds like, makes me think about like skull. Oh, the song has ended. The song has ended. I have lost my guest to the Google. He has left us.
I'm here. Sorry. I Googled funny sounding body parts, and that's a rabbit hole. That's pretty fun to get lost
Aw,
down.
that's the Gaia I wanted you guys to meet.
There's some good ones. Dactylian.
That's a reptile. Come on.
No, the very tip end of the middle finger. The dactylian. I mean, we all know the coccyx.
No, I don't know the coccyx.
That's the tailbone.
Ooh,
That's your tailbone.
The coccyx.
The coccyx. That's a good one. What's another one? Oh, these are stupid. Clavicle. That's not that funny sounding. We all know what
I'm
a
not
clavicle
entertained by
is.
the clavicle.
Right, yeah.
No.
That's, yeah.
Well, clavicle this, clavicle that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to wrap it up here, Gaia.
I like it.
I had such a good time having you on.
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been a blast.
We got to talk about all your songs.
I know. I got to talk. It was fun.
Yay! Do you
Yeah.
feel like you got like a bunch of like pent up talking energy out today?
Kind of. This is the stuff I rant at Elsie about for hours every morning.
Mm.
So, I don't know.
Now you got to rant at the internet.
Yeah. Felt like I was ranting at a ring light, kind of.
Here it is, the ring light.
Yeah. my circular robot overlord.
It makes us look beautiful. If we turn it off, we will just be like terrible pterodactyls.
You'll see how horrifyingly I've aged during the pandemic. That's why the big glasses and the hat. I'm hiding my fury wrinkles.
Just like tufts of hair that are missing.
Oh, I'm balding. It's horrifying.
Oh no! Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had such a good time. Thank you for all the chat input. We're gonna put this up on YouTube very soon for you to rewatch it. Also tonight we're going to be auto-hosting My Life Tube. They have an event going on called Midnight Salad, which is, I believe, just music that they like in the moment.
Nice.
Which has been pretty fun.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon. I don't have a calendar with me right now. What do we got going on next?
Cherry Bomb's coming up pretty soon. I'm not sure the exact date of that, but Cherry Bomb is coming up pretty soon. That's always exciting. There's amazing comics, amazing music.
Closely followed by Pants on Fire.
Yeah. I don't think Art Labs happened this month either.
No, because Chris has stuff going on.
That's right.
He'll be back.
But we'll have the calendar posted. You guys will see it. I'll be naked in the calendar, so it'll be a reason to check in on that. Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Enjoy
I'll
the
see you
rest
all
of
soon
your
in
weekend.
the real world.
The real world. Bye, everybody.
Nancy? I would like have you try to use your imagination. I would like have you try to use your imagination.
The stranger, the better. The stranger, the better. The stranger, the better.
I'd like to present in person the gentleman who participated in this remarkable phenomenon. Remarkable phenomenon. Remarkable phenomenon. Remarkable phenomenon. Remarkable phenomenon. Remarkable phenomenon.